Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out, they laid a big smile on handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script. We got some shooters. Pow. It's off the head. Yeah. Oh, chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out, it ain't a big smile on handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script. We got some shooters. Pow. It's off the head. Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out the arena, big smile on handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script. We got some shooters.
Yes, sir. What it do, y'all? August 26th, man. Time flies. Off the hip with my brother Razor, my brother Snake Eyes. What's the word with y'all? Y'all feeling, man?
Good Monday.
Fast.
Bro,
Good Monday. It was a good weekend, man. It was a good eventful weekend, man.
Man.
It was something.
How was y'all fellas' weekend, man?
I went to the beach on Saturday. Everything felt like a blur. I was tired on Sunday with the heat exhaustion. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What about
you
y'all,
making
man?
sandcastles and shit, HD?
Hell yeah. I be seeing
castles.
Oh, wait. HD, real quick. It's going on again.
Hey, no way.
Snake, you hear it or no?
Nah, I didn't really hear it at first.
It's just started getting staticky again.
Hold on, see, that's the YA6 shirt?
Yes, sir. You know what it is.
Shout out to Ray, the YA6 shirt fire.
That joint is fire right there. I ain't gonna lie.
That's tough. That's tough.
That joint, man. I mean, he got the shirt on. Let's right off the presses. Monday Night Raw. That's the main event. Chad Gable versus Uncle Howdy. This is Uncle Howdy's in-ring debut.
His in-ring debut and Bo Dallas's first in-ring match in 2 years, just about.
Oh, I want to get y'all thoughts on this. Like, how'd y'all feel about this? Because pretty much I was entertained. I could nitpick at a little bit of things, but that's all it'll be. It'll be nitpicking. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too thrilled with the fact that they started a rivalry with Chad Gable, but like I get it, they got to knock the ring rust off, get some things going in there before we get to the real good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I thought this was a good match. There was a lot of tributes to Bray. Uncle Howdy started off with the dancing in the middle of the ring with Gable and all of that. You know what I'm saying? He also did the corner spot where it looked like he was about to do the spider walk. So there was some call outs to Bray in this match.
When he does that little spider crab walk thing, that play, wherever it goes, they're gonna lose their minds.
I would say this.
You
have some people. It's all the Howdy stuff. You have some people that's probably like feeling like, you know, they may be not. You know what I mean? Like, I would say this, right? Everyone on the YS6 has showcased their talent so far. We've seen all of them. You know what I mean? We've seen in-ring action from, you know what I mean, Mercy and them. We've seen, you feel me? We've seen them all get they just, you know what I'm saying? Then we just seen Uncle Howdy tonight in his one-on-one first time action with Gable. Now, my question would be, where do we go now? Like, because we was calling for him against Gable during, like, SummerSlam, and that was a little while ago. You know what I'm saying? So they dragged it out, extended it to this, finally got their fade. Now where we go? That's my thing. Like, now I want to see where they go from here. You know what I mean? Because y'all already all fought. It's like, what we doing now? You know what I mean?
That's a valid question. That's the same question I want to know.
To what we touched on privately before we got on the air, to also not be touched on when they first debuted. There's two ways they can go about this. They either make them the next big faction, or, to Snake's point, this is all purely just for us to have some feel-good moments in remembrance and in memory and in tribute of Bray.
Mm.
Personally, I'm okay with either or. It's just establish it now as opposed to letting us hope that it's going to be something serious when in reality, this is all it's going to be.
Wait, so are you hitting that this is a seasonal thing?
No.
Nah.
I'm saying Bray's got his target, he's got his hit list, or Bo's got his hit list.
Yeah.
If we're gonna see this just for certain periods or just periodic chapters, and that's all what it is, nothing more. I'm cool with that. If we're meant to treat them as the new big faction, I'm cool with that too. It's just make it make sense. Now the reason why I said make it make sense is we've seen all four men be mortalized to some degree as far as being able to take some damage, whether it be the tag match, whether it be tonight's match with Chad Gable. This is vastly different than what we've seen with the Fiend, where the Fiend's on some 1992 Undertaker stuff to where you hit him in the head with a hammer and he just shakes it off like nothing. So we've seen a little bit of the seriousness and a little bit of the good vibe moment. Just at least if you're gonna stick to one method, I'm cool with either or, but just don't go back and forth, leaving us with some false hope in the end.
I do want to know who do they target next? Like who is the next person that they target? You know what I mean? Like I do want to know who would be, the actual target. But we got man Eric Rowan carrying your girl Ivy now, fighting, getting carrying like shout out to Eric, man.
What
I
about
get
Gacy
mad.
in that dive?
Yeah, he's the dad. Yeah, nigga Eric Rowan. Like,
Nah, and
I
I
was
just want to add on to
just,
your last question. Who can they face next? I think it'll pretty
yeah,
be interesting with them and Final Testament. Like we see, they out to it's a family angle, right? So being that the Final Testament is trying to break up the New Day, could there be something there? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's just shooting shit at the wall right there. I think it'll be a little
I
different.
mean, if Xavier Woods turn on Kofi, I think he could be the target.
I was just getting to that because remember, in the early stages of the YFM and the New Day, they did battle in the
Mm.
very beginning.
Did they have something behind him? They might have had something behind Xavier Woods and went
We
to
we had
jail.
we had to check back. We had to check back some old videos. I
Yeah,
know commonly before she got hurt, Dakota Kai had been a big target.
right.
Um, Another interesting one would be maybe the original Bloodline. I can see them going with to LA Knight, but and again, do you want them solely on Raw or do you want them to jump from brand to brand? And also, if they're going to jump from shows, do you exclude TNA and the partner programs overseas? Because there's
I,
going to be a market for it because of Bray.
I would say this after what about like after Judgment Day get they shit off like why go after the new Judgment Day?
You can
Mm.
go to either or, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind Uncle Howdy versus maybe the Demon. We can see the Demon in a few years. Finn says only for special occasions.
What was y'all thoughts of how these actually in rings performance? Like what did y'all think he did for how do y'all feel about seeing him in there wrestling?
2 years removed, I'm gonna give him a 7 out of 10.
Mm.
I think it was a pretty solid, like you obviously he's training behind the scenes to get in shape, to get it, but to be in front of the crowd, put on a mat, do the spot on the table, the angle slam, that looked like a little stinger. Like the ref looked like he wanted to go check on him for it, like like he was on him for a few, making sure he was good.
I got a little worried after that Uranagi because he and even the Sister Abigail both are right on top of Gable's head.
Yo,
So
they
he could have a little anxiety, a little bit extra energy, whatever, a little extra pep. But again, 2 years removed, I don't think he could have did a better job. So
Yeah.
I'd say 8.5, 9, because he knocked out of the park. Even before this, he had a very simplistic, reserved, physical style. He's never been one to do the extra flashy stuff unless the moment called for it. So again, he could have done a better job in my eyes.
Do you think
My
Gable
only
was a
issue,
good? You think Gable was like a good person to see him in the ring with, like somebody like Gable that's like
oh,
very
absolutely.
energetic. You know what I mean? Could do a lot. You know what I mean? Gonna
Gable gonna
put you
bring the
to it. Like
best.
he flip it. Like that move with Uncle Howdy and them both on top of the turnbuckle. And I forgot. Like I don't know what that move called, but you flip him when he flipped the
That
dude. Like
T-bone suplex from
yeah,
up
that
there,
T-bone.
almost
Yeah,
yeah,
that T.
or
Yeah,
like a
that
full
shit's crazy.
Nelson. Yeah,
Nah, that's crazy. That shit
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. That was crazy right there. I ain't gonna lie, that was a tough spot right there.
If I were to nitpick the overall match, I would nitpick the essentially the choice of gear for Uncle Howdy.
Okay.
One thing would be I don't know if you noticed that from the time he debuted to now, the dreads are different. These are more straightened out, a little bit thinner. They're white, and maybe through the match you could see his man bun was like poking out of the wig or whatever was wrapped around the mask.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, they could have just painted the hair black and used his own hair as extension.
How
That's
about
just my little nitpick thing.
the alternative options you give, like kids playing this shit on video games? You got like 4 outfits for Howdy. Like, oh, I'm gonna wear Howdy with the dress. I get to wear Howdy with the gray hair. I get to wear like, you know what I mean? Like he got different versions.
But also they make that temporary like spray paint hair down, so they could have colored his current hair too. Just little details make it look a little bit cleaner. That's all.
Nah, I got you.
I was just concerned that the mask might actually slip off once I started seeing like his actual hair be revealed from underneath. But I
You can see
think
his hairline a couple times too.
yeah, but it's workable. It's his first in ring with that gear on, so I think it's something they could work on. You know what I'm saying? So it was something to
Yeah,
watch. It's kind of like remember what we spoke about with Naomi's outfits when she be having those troubles with her outfits and stuff, and then she fixes it.
her Eva Marie moments.
Yeah, so it's fixable.
So
Wait,
Snake, I do
wait,
ask you
wait,
this
wait.
question.
So y'all thought during the match that Uncle Howdy's mask was like coming off?
You can tell you can tell it's shifting from on the stage because 1 minute it's like line up with his mustache, the next minute it's damn near touching his bottom lip.
Yeah, I thought it was like for like what he was doing in there, all the moves and shit, and all the moving around. Like I thought his mask, you know what I mean, did a good job. Like you know what I mean, flipping and all types of stuff. Like
Oh, it definitely did. It didn't
the
come
one
off.
thing I did catch was like the cord from the damn table got stuck in his hair, like something like that.
Yeah, where it's snagged
Right.
out. And again, good job for Grace for catching that too.
Yeah, that was not a part of nothing. That really happened.
Yeah, 'cause I thought I'm like, am I seeing some shit? Like,
Yeah, nigga still got the receipt on his shirt. Like nah,
still got the little like, alarm tag on the back you get from Target and
real
shit.
shit. Like
But
Speaking
nah.
of
I think
Corey
this question.
Graves, nah,
Go
but
ahead.
just before that, speaking of Corey Graves, I like how he reminded us like, yes, this is Bo Dallas, but he's being taken over by Uncle Howdy. You know what I'm saying? He's saying, yes, I faced Bo Dallas. This isn't the Bo Dallas I faced. I thought that was a good job of Corey Graves, because we got to shift. We had Pat McAfee for the last few months, and he's been doing good. He jokes around a lot. We got the emphasis back. Corey Graves like to put a lot of emphasis and remind us on a lot of things. So I thought that was cool on him. You know what I'm saying?
Did I hear Cole correctly, or did it say that they're going to be doing Raw and SmackDown, or is that just this week because of Berlin?
I didn't get the call on that.
Because right
But
before the main event started, I think
Joe Tessitore is going to Raw, and it's
that's
gonna
not
be
until
him.
sometime next month.
Okay, so I mean, you might see some double duties.
Again, I'm not mad at it, but it's just I don't know. Or we could just throw Joe to the fire, which I'm sure he's capable of doing. But I'm very interested to see like how his reactions are because again, we've had Mauro Ronaldo, who's he's straightforward, but he'll let us stuff out. Corey Graves is very stoic. Pat Mack, he's gonna be like that kid in the candy store, just he's gonna just let it out. So I'm curious to see how Joe's gonna react and adapt to this new environment for him.
Honestly, I feel like Joe is gonna be an amazing voice. Like he just good for sports calling. I know wrestling is a little different, but he did show us that he's tied. Like he knows his history. You know what I mean? Like when they introduced him, he gave you a little history lesson, how long he been around and what he. You know what I mean? So I think shit
Mhm.
like this, he gonna be excited. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
he definitely got a voice. Like, what was it? The
Yeah,
last PLE, or they had him on a kickoff, and like you said, Snake's giving an
yeah.
introduction. He sounds like a good voice for the WWE. So
Yes, he got one of
yeah.
those special voices in this world. You know what I mean? Like it's just real captivating. You know what I'm saying? So I can only imagine when it's great matches how you're gonna call them on Monday and shit. That's gonna be dope.
But
So
if you notice, Snake, I was gonna add real quick back to the main event. Did you
Mhm.
notice that aside, I don't even think in the entrance, we didn't see Sister Abigail once. So, all me personally, I thought that was nice because to a degree, they're keeping her specifically very special,
Well,
which ties into what I said earlier about how serious we want this to be. Because again, because of maybe whether both masters moving or not, that could tie into maybe there's another side of Bo Dallas and another side aside from Uncle Howdy that could be under the mask.
now listen, that little what do you call those? The video that he did, the tape, that was a different looking old Dallas right there. You know what I
hmm
mean? If he'd have wrestled like that, you know what I mean? Like I'd have been like,
But
like
let's say like we 20, 30 years ago we saw the three faces of Foley. We could be seeing the three faces of Bo Dallas right now.
right.
that'd be mean. I'm not gonna lie. And I kind of read something into that. Back when the documentary dropped for Bray, like he was kind of working on something other than Uncle Howdy. So it'd be mean too. Extra. I mean, like that's kind of how Bray did it. Like he had the Fiend, and then he had the Burnt Fiend. Like if you remember, the
Mm-hmm.
Fiend got burnt, so he even took an extra layer to the Fiend. So yeah, with the Uncle Howdy, if both do like, I got faith. The only thing I felt like what we touched on before we went on air. I'm not saying it has to be directly the Undertaker style because they do what they want. But when the lights go out, the run on of the piano, right? It kind of bothers me. Like I don't know if it's something with the piano but I would just prefer that the sound of the lights going out, maybe one, two, three piano notes, and then boom, they did. Them walking
What's the shadow
slowly,
song you mean?
huh?
What's the song Shatter you mean, right?
Yeah, yep. Yeah, like if you're not gonna play the song Shatter, then three piano notes, cut the lights on, and they right in the ring with them. But to like, watch the wrestler in the ring have to sell like they're afraid. It's just I would just wish they could get to the moment a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? We know that they're afraid. We know that like it's kind of again like the Undertaker. We didn't have to hear 10 gongs, watch him walk to the ring. We knew lights go off, gong, lights come on. Oh shit, Taker's here. And the wire six can have the very well same effect. Again, in the main event of this match, it kind of happened where the lights went off. You hear the sound, lights go off. They come back, and you see Dexter Loomis. He flies over, attacks one of the Creeds. And then you see
Right.
Joe Gacy follow through. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
maybe something like that. And yeah, even in that moment, they learning because I feel like that moment could have, like, we just seen them fly. Joe Gacy was a little late. Maybe they could have had the Creed stand by the barricade, and wherever the Y6 was going to come from, they could just like pop up right behind them with the smoke, with the light, whatever. But they again, it's a work in progress. It's a whip, so I'm taking it for what it is. I thought it
I
was
feel like
pretty
the
dope.
Wyatt shit they've been knocking it out the park.
Yeah,
Like
no,
so
my
you could
only shit
have
is
a
the
week or
piano.
two where it's like ain't gonna be, you know what I mean? But they've been knocking this shit out the park. This shit has been amazing. We have got so far. Think about how far we came from the clues and codes and niggas trying to figure out what the hell this highway meant and all this shit. Now we done fast forward. We done seen them all. We are spoiled. We are goddamn spoiled. Okay.
Is there anything else that y'all wanted to see transpire during the match? Like, I know we was asking, like, where do we go from now? Is this it between them?
Now I thought I was gonna see Sister Abigail was Ivy jumped on Eric.
Now, as much as I hope that this would be the blow off, I kind of doubt it. The more I think about it, now again, back to the question: how long do you let this burn out? Do you allow a 4-on-4? Do you give Gable a fifth person? Like, what do you do?
Do Ivy Nayu and Sister Abigail go 1-on-1?
We haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only one we haven't seen, or like that big match, like you said, like a 4-on-4 some way where we got everybody included.
There's no point in adding Otis to this, but a part of me feels like they might sneak that in.
Mm.
I don't know, because again, if you can do a 5-on-5, who do you add in on Gable's side for American Made?
It's a good question.
Or do you have a 4-on-4 and just have
Joe and Benjamin.
O'Dowd set it out?
Because what I picture would be Uncle Howdy already beat Gable, so he would sit out like the first 3-on-3 match that they had. He would sit.
You can probably do that.
And then you just insert Sister Abigail on one end and Ivy now on the other end. Make it like a mixed 8-man match. Now, let me ask you something though. Just like if we're moving on, remember when we got the debut and they took out Gable? Do we get like when they move on and they find their next target? Do we see something epic like that, like another shutdown?
No. There's no need for that.
Okay.
At this point, they're already here. They'll get their target when they're getting ready. The question is, who?
I think this remains on Raw. I want to say they go to another brand. But with things going to Netflix soon, I feel like
you're kind of obligated to keep them on Raw.
Almost, right? Like it's more like Netflix is cinematic. That'll be lining up with, you know.
But again, a couple years, Netflix is gonna have all of it. So again, it's what is Fox gonna? Maybe Fox wants it come January. Who knows? Because again, you could probably throw in them targeting the Bloodline 1.0 or 2.0. You can have them target LA Knight. Maybe have them go after a Cody Rhodes should he turn heel.
Yo, Chad Gable's really like a baby Kurt Angle for real. Cause like I'm just thinking about it. Like every storyline that he's been in, probably like even like since that Gunther Intercontinental match he had, it's like he's really been knocking everything out of the park. Like he's even got put into this storyline and he came out with another team. Like just when you thought he lost Alpha Academy, he came back with a better team. That's crazy.
He's definitely got better with his overall stuff. He was good at something before, but the matches with Gunther, this program with the Wyatt Six has only made him better.
Yeah, he's almost at Rob Van Dam level selling right now. Like I'm not gonna lie, whenever he receives a Sister Abigail, he just plants himself right on his noggin.
You got that too, huh?
Bro, he's like that's reaching legendary level of selling right there. Cause I'm pretty sure he's doing it in a safe way too, to not get hurt. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mustafa Ali do it too when he would try to give it the RKO.
Mm-hmm. Man, y'all want to kick it to the beginning?
Let's get it.
Man, Judgment Day come out right now.
Yes,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised they kept their name. I like the new presentation they got, the little silver in the back on the Titantron. I'm digging it. They kept the music.
You want a street trash, didn't you?
Hell nah. I wanted to see if they like some part of me wanted to see. I know there's no way this is about to happen. Like, hey, man, let's not jinx it. There still might be time. The commentators keep referring to them as the new Judgment Day. That kind of be throwing me off. Like, just call them the Judgment Day already. Like, you know what I'm saying? The new Judgment Day. Too many new teams, man. The new day, like, come on, the new Judgment Day, like that sounds too much. But anyway, you know, they out there, they talking they trash. I was surprised to see the LWO come out. That was a surprise for me, right there.
Before we get into that, I want to touch on this notion right here. Now, every year Dave Meltzer does his year end awards, right? If Dom isn't listed the heel of the year for 2024, you know it's fucking rigged because this young man only has to have the microphone right here, not even say a word, not even breathe. You can hear the boost 50 miles past the goddamn venue. He is the number one heel in all of professional wrestling. Not Solo, not MJF, not Swerve. It's Dominic fucking Mysterio.
And I hate to admit it, but you're right, because when you got a loved heel, that tells you so much, because you're supposed to hate these guys.
That's the heel.
Yeah, but the people fucking like they love Dom. They hate him, but they love him. It's weird. It's fucking weird. Like, some people got like the negative, bad, go away. He don't have that. He just have like the crowd want to fuck with him, but they like him though. But they want to fuck with him every time. Like you say, he picks up that microphone. But like your point, he's been on a massive heel run. Second be Solo to me. If you had to put somebody next to it, it's him and Solo, because Solo garners the same amount of reactions. Like, you know, so that's another argument for a whole nother time.
And not only that, there's only one other time where I've heard those crowds boo this loudly. And it wasn't anything recent. It was John Bradshaw Layfield.
Yeah, like that.
So
even the
these
back,
folks are touching rarefied air.
even the back and forth that he had with his dad is like, damn, like you see the comfortability now that's there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, he locked in.
And I'm starting to see the change in Dom's demeanor. Like, last week he was telling Damian Priest, yeah, I want the one-on-one with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's on his Dom is GOAT. Yes, sir, Cap. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's out there really moving away from that, oh, I'm just like, you know, a little boy toy image. Now I'm stepping up to be a man.
He's like, I'm that motherfucker right now.
Yeah, bro. So
I'm a two-time NXT North American champion. I whooped my daddy's ass a few months ago. He didn't come back for a minute. He went and hid, whooped his ass again tonight. I'm him.
I thought it was funny what Ray told him. Like, you know, it was better when you was with Ripley. At least one of you had a pair. I was like, man, he over there.
You with that white girl. You with that güerita.
Ray don't miss when he got promos with his son. That should be so fire. I'm not gonna lie. Like, their dynamic is just it's crazy. Then we get into that big 8-man match, LWO versus Judgment Day. How y'all felt about that match to start off? Snakes?
This match was cool. You know what I mean? LWO versus Judgment Day. Y'all niggas is funny niggas laughing. Y'all niggas think I'm asleep over here or something. Y'all niggas is funny.
Nah, I'm reading the comment over here. Kev said can't get better than a son talking shit to his son.
Niggas
Fact.
think I ain't paying attention. I'm paying attention, man. I'm just over here on my other phone. Y'all funny as shit. Pardon me, y'all out there. These niggas is funny. But nah, that
How
match
you
is
gonna
cool.
have?
Nah, that match is cool. The whole shit you just talk about Ray and Elvin Dom, like that whole segment was dope. Like I didn't expect to see Ray though. You know what I mean? Y'all expected to see Ray?
Nope. That's why I
No,
enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was cool. You know what's funny? Like when you see Dom really snuffing his dad, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like the brawl breakout nigga really punch Ray. Like you're like, damn, like Dom, like you really still duffing your pops out. Like, what's wrong with you, bro?
It'd be
Like,
that, and then when you see Ray actually fall, it'd be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
nah.
Like is it no coming back from the situation? Even Ray, like, you with this mieta? You know, like what he called Liv? Like, you don't know what he called him. Like you with this girl, like I could see that.
you with the white girl.
But you can see that in the household. Like you come home with another girl, your pop trying to tell you, like, why do you come? Like, you know what I mean? That girl is not good for you. Like, you
Yeah,
know,
like all right, the other one was better than this. Like, what you doing, son? Like, what's
yeah.
up?
Like niggas hate each other, but he still was trying to father in that moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is there no
Mhm.
way they could get back? Is there no way that Ray was help his son in no form? Is there no way? It's over,
I,
Ray.
I
It's
think by
over.
the time Dom goes face again, Ray might be
Ray
tired.
be long gone.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. Got you.
But here's my hot take with this. How you gonna have a faction called Latino World Order, and you got one motherfucker that's not even not even of Latin descent? Joaquin Wild is Filipino.
Who?
Joaquin Wild is Filipino.
Oh, okay. So, what's your theory with that?
I don't know, but they need to
Like,
let Bobby Lashley in for all this. Like, I'm just
I
saying,
mean,
like,
Bobby got some Latin in him.
I'm just
Karrion
saying,
Cross got some Latin in him. Cody got some Latin in him.
uh,
Bailey got some Latin in her.
Karrion Cross from New York too. Can we get Karrion Cross in LWO? Like, you know what I'm saying? We got Bad Bunny in there. We got Savio. You know what I'm saying? Where the rest of the Latin world, like you said, like, you know what I'm saying? What they doing? Like Joe Quinn, he got that good slingshot spot though. That slingshot spot. You know what I'm saying? We lost somebody else that could jump around. We got slingshot spots. So you know what I'm saying? We
No,
good.
no, 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 no. Respectfully, disrespectfully, that hoe was for the streets.
Man.
Man, left for the bag and some pyro.
Man. But we got slingshot, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, remember, I was telling you before we got on air, like when I give some of my thoughts, it's kind of like I'm talking from my perspective and then some of my ladies' perspective. When she seen Joe Quinn Wild do that spot, she was like, "Oh, nah, that's fire." And I actually like, you never seen them, but I forgot that when they went down to NXT, she don't watch NXT like that. Remember when they was going crazy with that spot over there? So I'm
So
like,
I just have this one question: who got more hops, Joaquin Wild or Montez Ford?
I think Montez got it.
I don't know because with that distance, it's pretty fucking close.
He be getting the assistance though, you heard? Let's
Hey,
not.
but again, give Tez that same assist. Let's see who can go further. I
I ain't
want
gonna
to see
lie.
that.
Yeah, Montez is like a space creator out there. You heard? He making his own space. Like, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Joe Quinn. I ain't gonna lie. Joe Quinn had a little botch too. You heard? I never really seen Montez really like botch like that. Like, you
He
know,
had a few during the pandemic era.
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we ain't gonna charge him to the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? No fans, no juice in the arena. Just
I'm just saying, everyone's human. Play the
Nah,
fuck up.
yeah, I mean, nah, you right though. You gotta, you know what I mean? Call it where you see it. Call it where you see it.
You know what I did see though that I thought was dope. That I don't know if we skipping ahead towards the results of the match, but
We could go
seeing
ahead, yeah.
seeing Rhea do a finisher to JD, like
Oh hell yeah! I was
He
waiting, man.
killed that man.
I ain't gonna lie. In that moment right there, you speaking of, I was
yeah.
waiting for Damian Priest to choke slam Liv Morgan. That
And
might
you
be
see how they
PLA
was wearing
material.
each other different T-shirts. That was like
Fire.
he was wearing the different T-shirts. That was dope. That stood out to me. You know
So
what I
Hmm.
now,
mean?
again, if I'm gonna slightly nitpick, I felt the camera should have zoomed. The camera should have zoomed in on Dom's face when they saw that he was cornered by Priest and Rhea before he jumped off the turnbuckle. Get them facials. Get the money shot. Or zoom in where he jumps off, catch Rhea, he just crumble like, oh shit, I fucked up.
Yeah, it was too much of a far shot. Like you seen the whole ring, the whole turnbuckle. It would have did some justice to get that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Hey, girl, can we talk about this real quick?
Right.
Something.
yeah, I was wondering what was going to happen in that moment because I was like, yo, if Damian Priest just come and slam him from like, you know, he go up to the top and just throw him off, that'd have been crazy right there. But I like to see that, like, you know, that's probably a little preview of what we gonna get on Saturday right there. We're gonna see Rhea Ripley gonna put hands on Dom. Keep playing, Dom.
I'm still calling it. She's gonna draw his blood. I'm still holding on to that one.
That'd be crazy. I don't know why. I think Liv Morgan deserves a South of Heaven. She's
That too.
You a cold brother, man. That young lady, you trying to hurt that young lady's spine or something?
She'll go up for a nice ride. Yeah.
Like, I will say this.
Shit, Rousey did her ragdoll like a fucking Raggedy Ann a few years ago. She'd be alright.
Got to Rage is talking about cam shots and things of that nature. The Judgment Day entrance, their first entrance all together, this new Judgment Day. Finn stood out as the man.
Yes.
Finn is the man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What's your thoughts on Finn? What's your thoughts on these tag team titles? What's your thoughts on
Are you ever seen that visual that they did where just before they got in the ring? That little close up?
Right at the ramp, yep.
Where are we going with these tag titles?
Down the drain?
It's a good question.
This storyline is so crazy, right? We forgetting Finn and JD got straps.
I mean, and then look, part of that too was Jay Uso claimed 2 weeks ago him and Sammy were gonna go challenge for those, and then now Sammy getting stem cell therapy, so that puts that on hold. And we got Jay in the triple threat matches, so yeah, them tag team titles kind of on limbo. I don't really like, man. I would like to see like maybe Finn give Dominic the title, like, yo, here, bro, I'm gonna go after the IC belt or after the heavyweight. You know what I mean? Like, we seen it happen on SmackDown.
So, Snake, I'm asking you what we talked about last Friday.
Nigga that won mad titles at once.
Say that again.
No, I was saying Finn give me that type of energy that won mad belts at once. He ain't giving that shit up.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that either. I feel like I always enjoy when somebody got 2 belts and shit. Like, that shit is that's fire.
So, Snake, let me ask you something that you talked about last Friday. Was splitting up the tag belts a good idea? Know what we know now with both divisions.
Yeah, because if we really like see, is a case of like sometimes they try to do everything. They try to do shit for the fans. The fans was calling for that. The fans wanted to divide. The fans wanted the belts to be broken up, and they gave it to y'all. They gave y'all that goddamn 16-man match, ladder match. Shit lasted 2 minutes. Fucking Austin Theory and won it. Shoot as the bell ring, like, and then like, you know what I mean, like. So y'all got what y'all wanted, and now y'all seeing the result.
I don't know who were the other winners. Refresh my memory. The Awesome Truth.
Yeah, the Awesome Truth. Shout out to our Truth and them. Right. So y'all got what y'all wanted, but then y'all didn't think about that. Like y'all didn't think about what does both brands have. Like y'all wasn't thinking about that. So now, fast forward.
Here we are.
Both divisions. We got shout out to the Bloodline. We got that. So we got the tag titles on some people we cool with. And then this other joint, them shits is kind of forgotten. They kind of getting forgotten right now. So yeah, it probably could have stayed double. I mean, the double championship, it could have still stayed like that. It still made it like something niggas wanted. You know what I'm saying? Both of those fire seeing niggas with both the belts, 4 belts. Like, you know what I mean? Now it's just like, I don't know, man.
Honestly, it would have made sense because the women's are still dependent on all brands. You could have kept staying with the men's.
Man, that
I just
women's
don't.
shit. I'm gonna be real. That women's shit is all confused because they about to get the belts right back. Like that shit don't even. I don't even understand that shit. Like why they take the belts from Jade and them, just to give it back to them.
What if, what if they retain?
Alba
And then
Fire not beating them.
and we finally get the dissension.
They are not. Forgot about the dissension part. Could it be time for that? Like, okay. Damn.
Again, Bad Blood in Atlanta is around the corner.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. Is people still calling for Bianca to like change her like to go heel or some shit like that? Remember niggas wanted her to go heel or something like
I
that?
need Jade to go hill, man. I need Jade, bro.
Yeah, Jade makes
Right.
more sense.
I
Yeah,
need
yeah.
Jade. That's the
Right.
one. Like when I first put eyes on Jade on AEW, whatever the case may be, she was with the baddies, bro. I need her with the baddie, or like she's the baddie, whatever the case. But she was the baddie with the baddies, like running through shit through the whole division, undefeated. Like
And I feel like niggas want to boo her anyway. So it's like,
yes, like
boo, you whack. Like niggas just want to say that anyway. So it's like,
if you seen
yeah,
the
I feel
Damian Priest documentary, and that's not talking to y'all, I'm just talking to the chat. Like if y'all seen the documentary out there for Damian Priest, Triple H was mentioning how when he was going out there smiling every time, like it didn't feel genuine. And sometimes with Jade, it kind of like we seen Bianca, she loved being the EST. But with Jade, it sometimes look like she want to let loose and be that beast. Like, you know
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
be
saying?
honest. Seeing Jade here develop, it kind of took away from Bianca. I'm gonna be real. I don't see the same Bianca I was used to seeing like on her own, like being a superstar. Yeah, she's still a superstar, but like this whole Jade era, like you know what I mean. Like, and I agree with that too. That whole when she come out like they love me, like that shit look forced. Like, but it is what it is, I guess. But Bianca's a great person, man. You know what I mean. She want to see that young girl win, so I salute it. But you know, it's time for them to go at it, man. Yeah, y'all right. Let's get the sisters to go at it now, man. Turn this shit up.
And I kind of
See what
like
girl
the
talking about Brooke Valentine.
I kind of like how Alba Fire and Ala Dawn touched on, like, just poking, and that might lead to their dissension, right? Where, like, they saying, oh, they keep putting them as the red carpet treatment. They supposed to be that tag team. How come we held on to these belts for so long? Like, and then let's say if Jade and Bianca actually end up losing, that might start it right there. Like, yo, hold on, we might not even be that good of a tag team together like we think we are.
And imagine if Jade lays out Naomi that following SmackDown.
My
Mm.
question is, who's gonna be the first one to question who?
I think Jade will just drop Bianca right there on the spot, leave everyone in shock.
And
Naomi may try to play Peacemaker on SmackDown. She is laid out, and then that sets up the match at the with PLE.
This nigga phrases just lay her out and just Naomi be there to help her. Like that's crazy. Nah, but
Naomi could try to be the all back through the two. Jade ain't fucking with it. Just
you know the crazy thing I can see that though, her just like high booting her, like it's crazy.
that'll actually set up a program between Jade and Naomi real quick until we get to Jade and Bianca. Cause the last I saw, Naomi had pinned Blair Davenport in that 6-man match. So we don't really need to keep seeing them two go at it. Like, you know what I'm saying? We could put that on ice for a chill
Right.
and get to something more important.
What they say, what goes up must come down, man. We seeing them get together. Everything's cool now. Everything's all we vesties, but at some point, shit hit the fan.
Hell yeah.
tis the season.
Yeah, we get into the money. We get into the money time now. We going into the new year. It's a lot of big plays, a lot of big networks.
Bad Blood, Survivor Series.
Oh man, I can't wait for Royal Rumble this year, man. Not to just throw that out there, man. I just can't wait, man. Even when Uncle Howdy coming to the fucking Rumble when the lights go out, it's
5
gonna
months
be
away.
like that shit's gonna be epic. This might be the most epic 30 entry niggas. Please don't reveal who the 30 is either, man. Just let them niggas come out. I'm from that era.
Well,
We ain't had no phone.
here's the beauty of it. Like now they're at a point to where, for the first time ever, you don't even need that random legend cameo anymore. I mean, it's nice, but it's not really needed because you got plenty of bodies now.
Rare
You got plenty of quality bodies.
legend spots, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
or
I did
random
used to love
celebrity
when
spots.
that was a big thing about the Royal Rumble that made it special though. Like you knew it like every year, like damn, who gonna be the one? Like that year, like when Mr. Perfect came back, it was like, nah, my nigga Mr. Perfect is back. Like I used to love those times. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna
I'm a
lie.
fan. I'm a fan of returns. Like when John Cena came back from injury, like Edge, when we ain't know he was gonna come back. Like there was rumors of Edge, a
Yeah,
debut, AJ Styles. All these
right.
moments, perfect. I hate to see a Drew Carey moment. Just go in the ring, eliminate yourself.
Can
I
I
I
make
mean,
a
hate that.
Pat McAfee
prediction
did that
now?
last year or this year.
I
Can I make a prediction now?
hate those.
The ring is filled with a whole bunch of static, whole bunch of elite wrestlers in the ring at the Rumble. Elite, everybody, Howdy, Roman. It's a whole bunch of elite niggas in the ring. And then Brock Lesnar music hit. Like,
Took the
Mm.
words right out of my mouth.
could we get Brock? Yo, come on, man.
Just think about this. In this ring, you could potentially have John Cena, The Rock, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Braun Breaker, AJ Styles, all the same ring at once.
Crazy.
Got my
Insane.
Brock shirt on. Got my Brock shirt on right now.
Yeah, I see.
Man,
I ain't even peep why you
yup,
step back like that. Yeah, I
my
see.
little F5 shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for that moment. And I don't even want to see Brock like go to WrestleMania and challenge nobody. Just you said that music and then the setup. Whoa. Hell, that shit might.
Because and especially when Brock comes, you know for a fact who's gonna say your big ass just cut the front of the line. Bring your big ass here right now. Run my fade. I need this.
I know Gunther wanted Brock Lesnar so much, but I'd be interested in a Braun Breaker versus Brock Lesnar. Like that'd be crazy too.
Brock's got history with Scott Steiner.
And Braun took his spot in the Rumble last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So
Would I
that
be
same
weak?
spot.
I ain't gonna lie, not to like, me, I just be jumping out of nowhere and shit from everything that be happening during the damn show.
Hmm.
Did Bronson Reed kind of steal a show tonight?
That was my favorite moment. I'm not gonna lie. Like other things started happening, and then I got captivated by Uncle Howdy. But for me, that was that was like a early 2000s moment. Oh shit, the park, like we see them go backstage all the time and go by the studio crates and all of that good stuff. We actually seen Braun Breaker put Ricochet through the car, right? But something about this felt different, bro. I'm not
It
gonna lie.
was different, bro. The setup
Something
to it
felt
wasn't.
different.
And they come right through the door. Like the setup board, I didn't even see that coming. Usually, what I mean, nigga walking out, then nigga grab him and they go back to the ring. Like the way that shit all just unfolded, like, and it just ended up in that situation. And then it's like, how the hell was there some shit for him to stand on, like up there? You know what I mean? With all the trees and shit, like that's insane. That I
They
don't
paint
care what
yo.
we talking about. That was an insane spot right there. And bro, Bronson Reed's been killing it, man. He's been turning it on. And remember, wasn't it one of those matches that he missed due to something that happened? He was supposed to be in like one of those big matches that he missed. This is like a few months ago. It was like a 6-man match, some shit that he was supposed to be a part of, and then he wound up missing it due to an injury or something.
I mean, I know
But he
he
missed
was
a big
sidelined.
moment
Yeah,
early on. Like he had
he
missed a
was
big
off
moment early
TV.
on. But now he has turned it up. He is destroying shit. Starting with Seth Rollins, he's out here. Listen, that man just went toe to toe with Braun Strowman, bro.
And then it was well played too, right? Because in that match, Bronson Reed starts to leave like classic. I'm not finishing that match. And then we see it's really just a ploy to drag him to the backstage area and continue to assault back there. Like, yeah, you know what?
No,
Fuck
like
the match. But
he grabbed the garbage can and pressed
pre-
box. He could press box through it. Ding!
wow.
Like nigga press box like nah. Bronson was on his bullshit. And
Yeah,
Braun, like Braun Strowman being a 7-footer, like that nigga was touching earth, dropping, like that shit was crazy.
I was surprised by that. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah,
Especially
that
he's
shit was
coming back
fire.
from the surgery and stuff. So like that was
Them
tough
big
him
brothers was
taking on them
fighting.
bump.
Them big brothers was
Yeah.
scrapping, like real talk.
Even Bronson Reed going through the middle rope for a suicide dive in the match. Like, man.
Yeah. Them niggas was both trying to kill each other. I don't know why they was attempting to pick up them big metal parts. Like, them niggas really trying to catch a murder. Like, it was like them niggas just trying to catch murders with them shits. Like, if Braun would have hit Bronson with that shit, that man would have been out for the rest of his life.
This is slowly becoming one of those programs that I didn't know I needed right here. And I really hope that it leads to a parking lot brawl match. I just want to see these two dudes just go at it in the fucking parking lot, mad cars surrounded, a bunch of enhancement challenges, sitting there, a few NIL guys, you know what I'm saying, gals, everybody just rooting them on to go crazy. I think that should be wild right there. They do that. It's going to be destruction right there. We might see some even crazier shit. Like, imagine they do that same spot, but he just jump off the production truck. You know what I'm saying? Like he do a tsunami off the production truck to Braun. Like, what? Man.
The glass exploding, shit like nigga damn near shut the car down. Like, nah, Bronson Reed, that tsunami shit is a problem. That's a 1, 2, 3. You ain't getting out of that.
Nah, yeah, they definitely
Anybody kicked out of that yet?
Nope.
Okay.
I know Razor had a take on this, Razor, about the match. You wasn't really digging that.
So I'm torn between it.
Okay.
I loved where the end result.
Ambulance.
But I felt like it would have benefited Bronson a little bit more if he just snaked Braun from jump and he didn't really take much of Braun's defense or offense because this is all built to set Bronson up as this bona fide killer. So when Seth does come back, you have like a David versus Goliath type shit. This dude laid you out, laid Truth out, laid Braun Strowman out. Can't be touched right now. But because, I mean, also within the match, did we even hear a bell to end the match?
Right.
So again,
we've been getting that. Like, I don't know if I'm missing something, but usually when there's a disqualification moment or a count out moment, we're kind of getting no clarification or results to the ending of the match. It kind of like a no contest.
And to me, because of the lack of bell, that comes off as insulting our intelligence. Like, we know it's supposed to spell out, but at least get the bell, whatever. So at least it looks all right. The ref is not doing something.
I think they just trying new shit. I don't think it's purposely to insult our intelligence, but like you saying, to traditional rules, like if you want to follow the traditional rules and how shit is presented, I just feel like they leaving it up into our interpretation. Like look, they could have both got counted out, right? Like the ref just ain't counting no more. They don't walk to the backstage area. At that point, by the time Bronson Reed already threw the garbage can, I can imagine it should have been a 10 count, right?
Something,
right? So I guess they just leaving it up to us. Like, yeah, y'all know it's a no contest. They both competitors stepped out the ring, and you know what it is.
The ref could after like counting 4 or 5, the ref could have realized they intended and call it no contest there, whatever. Grace touches on that. You still get what we get afterwards, but just that one little extra small detail.
I mean, it leaves that wiggle room for them to, mess around with things, play with things. I think that's the part of this era that I got to get adjusted to, that some of the things they do is like it allows for wiggle room. You know what I'm saying? And the ref's decision is always final. So I guess when he doesn't call something, that's final too.
The match is still going.
The match is still going. That's crazy. That's always the run on too, right? Like, match is still going. But if y'all thought that shit, y'all think we're gonna get like a bad blood match between them, or this is something that we keep on Raw?
I wouldn't mind again. So if you just have bad blood, this would be your Hell in a Cell match as opposed to Punk and Drew. Um,
I want to get the Punk and Drew too. I'm glad you mentioned that.
but aside from that, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at them saving Seth and Bronson for Survivor Series, but we'll it's hard to tell how they book them because like you could do it right away, you can let it marinate. Each one's fine, but one option's obviously better than the other.
I can like I can envision this being on Raw because it's one of those like you said, this really picked up during the go home show right here. So I'll be surprised if they give it to us on the pay-per-view, but they could also slide it in there too. This is picking up steam pretty quick. Like they're already getting into that territory where they might need a stipulation match.
And like I said, and the plan is ultimately to get Bronson to that main event level.
And Braun Strowman is a former Universal Champion.
World champion.
Yeah. So
Former world champion, former tag team champion.
definitely getting his licks in. We had Damage Control versus the Pure Fusion Collective. We ain't got to touch on that too crazy. I thought the star of that match was Kairi Sane. Like, like you said, that getting back to form right there. She was definitely in control of the match right there. I felt like she was leading the whole. Every time I seen her, she was getting offense in. She was just all over the screen.
Also, I don't know if you caught Twitter this morning, or some late last night, going into most of today. There was a large call for Kyrie Sane to do something meaningful today. I don't know what started or whatever, but it's just a random trend on Twitter that just came out of the blue. So I don't know if that got her motivation or what the move was, but whatever they did, whatever the plan was, it worked.
I think Kairi Sane always been nice. It's just she had that little moment where she left WWE and then came back. And yeah, I don't know. This is to me tonight. This is like okay, yeah. I'm back invested with Kairi Sane. Like I felt like Asuka was carrying her with the Kabuki Warriors, like not in a bad way, but Asuka was the main. Like we know, you know what I'm saying. So Kyrie, I'm glad she got that look, and they end up picking up the victory over the PFC.
But that visual of Kyrie going for the insane elbow in the ring, Io hitting that moonsault outside the ring from the same corner.
Man,
beautiful angle.
Beautiful. That camera work, I love them. Like the camera work when they capture some of the moves, well, a lot of the moves, not just some, a lot of the moves. That new stuff they doing with that is definitely fire right there. I kind of skipped over something like New Day was backstage too. No Odyssey Jones. No need for him really. He's not involved in anything really that's going on tonight. But were you kind of surprised to see like all right, they've been teasing for a few weeks, and now they kind of back to just being normal. Like, or was there something that I missed? Say it again.
Woods is it really good though? Because Woods is being passive aggressive as fuck in that back and forth.
And I felt like
the dark that all black.
Yeah, that dark gear. Yep. I was looking at that.
Kobe saw the other night he changed the whole color of the gear because it's supposed to be matching. I said, no, I'm going with this instead.
I thought, I mean, they obviously didn't miss on anything because I would have still had the same people win the matches tonight that they had, but except I guess like Dunn would have been in the other match, and Jey Uso would have been. I would have just had Xavier and Kofi. I would have had it so that maybe not Dunn would win, but the surprise of Dunn winning his triple threat match, I guess it was cool. But I thought they could have somehow involved the Final Testament and New Day's storyline a little bit more tonight.
Well, I don't know. I forgot to tell you guys, but on Raw Talk, they kind of touched on that very briefly to where Scarlett put in Cross's head, he's already planted the seeds. There's nothing for him to do. They'll take care of themselves. So he's gonna be up chilling, just enjoying his work, watching the New Day tear each other apart.
Okay. That gives an explanation behind that right there. After that PFC and Damage Control match, we get a Bo Dallas like vignette promo backstage. How'd y'all feel about that? Nearly stepped on a serpent, false prophet, which they showed the clips. He's talking about Chad Gable. He also says this isn't a reckoning, it's a purge. So do y'all really feel like, I know we touched a lot on the main event, but do y'all really feel like going back now that we talked about the main event and now that I'm going back to this promo, is it really over between them?
We shall see.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with that. We gotta see.
Yeah. I thought I always enjoyed them like, man, the camera work, the creativity behind the Bo Dallas segment. Like Snakes was saying earlier, we got a good look at a different Bo Dallas right there. Razor, you talking about, we could probably see a different character stem from this. My only thing is, would y'all have that kind of vignette play the same? Like, you seen how he wrestled tonight. Would you keep that or would you just like try to save it a bit?
Well, like Grave touched on earlier, like that wasn't Bo Dallas in the ring, so the actual Bo Dallas could be, for lack of a better term, being held hostage by the Wyatt Six.
That's a good way to look at it because, like, I know we spoke before how there's the Fiend and then there was the Bray Wyatt from the Firefly Funhouse, right? So once the Bo Dallas character really starts evolving and the wheels start spinning on that, it's gonna get even crazier. Because we've seen little glimpses, like maybe 2 or 3 weeks of Bo, but we got the Uncle Howdy match tonight. I want to say, how many times did we see Bo?
I think it was like every time people like question some shit, they knocked it out the park. When niggas see Bo Dallas sitting down with Mike Pierce out of nowhere, it was like, oh shit, he revealed himself. Damn, so now how is they gonna? And then they did it.
I think that moment and the face to face were the only times we actually seen Bo Dallas. It's always been Uncle Howdy, aside from the VHS and the vignettes.
But I feel like, don't forget Uncle Howdy. Like, I mean, I'm saying Uncle, I'm calling him Uncle Howdy. Bo Dallas is an actor. He did movies, so look at it from that perspective too. Like the vignettes, like, you know what I mean? That nigga is killing them shits. Like, he's a great. He does that. That's what he do.
Even when the kid with the Luka Doncic jersey revealed the photo and exposed who the characters were, they came back and they found a way to finesse that. Like, now it's really like you saying, Snakes. Every time somebody got sent a question, they come back and you know what I'm saying? They proved them wrong. Got them standing corrected.
What is the music gonna be? Give y'all the legendary music.
Yes, that's all I asked for.
We hoping it's just the gongs. Then y'all get the music. It's like now it's Uncle Howdy ponytails to the side. Like it's always going to be something. Like it never like.
Yo, I'm screaming.
Nigga came in and said,
bro,
Uncle Howdy mask lifted. Like, nigga, he wrestling with it. Of course it's gonna move. Like, of course. This is like, so it's like, can we slow down a bit and
No.
Let's not forget to appreciate the actual creativity that's been going into all
Well,
this.
it's
It's actually working,
appreciated, but
and it's working.
I
Like, you know
still
what I
not for
mean?
nothing.
bro.
Like next
That
week is
shit
gonna be
got it.
next week is gonna be Eric Roman vest like the buzzer. Like it's like
I ain't gonna lie.
what
I kind of let Joe Gacy, like, you know what I'm saying? Joe
try
Gacy
to
would
see
be
Joe
looking.
Casey face. Where's his mask? Like it's always gonna be something. Like it's always gonna be something with the White since I realized it. So just appreciate what they doing on a week to week basis, man.
It's well appreciated, man. It's well appreciated.
I'm crying.
What else we had on the show after that? Yeah, we get to the Drew McIntyre coming to the ring. CM Punk, man went live while he under the ring. It's crazy,
That was hilarious.
That's hilarious, dog.
bro. I was like, nah, I couldn't believe it. Like, wifey told me, like, yo, he went live. I'm like, what you talking about? She showed me her phone. I'm like, nah. Then you see everything on the screen happening. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I was like, nah, that's like fire. My only thing is though,
Funniest shit of that, seeing niggas in the comments in the live, like, what are you doing? Like, niggas,
you in the dark room,
like, what are you doing? Like, nigga dead under the ring, Drew yelling, like, shit is hilarious,
bro. Are y'all tired of Punk and Drew?
No,
Okay.
I'm not tired, but it wouldn't hurt if they. It seems like they're just trying to just fly right through it.
it's like in my mind, right? Drew came out and made a case about, oh, CM Punk keeps sneaking me from the back, right? CM Punk don't give a fuck. He want his bracelet, like nigga. Every chance he get, he trying to take it off him. That's how I'm viewing it. Nigga snuck you again, yeah, on purpose. Yup, it was meant for me to do that. Yup, whip your ass and try to snatch that shit. You lucky you got away from that shit. Damn, you lucky motherfucker. You ran out. You lucky. I'm gonna keep doing it. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like, man, CM Punk was out for a minute. Y'all don't think he want to work? Y'all don't think he want to put this workload in? Like, you know what I mean?
Oh
He was
yeah.
out for a while. He missed WrestleMania. Y'all gotta remember, man. Then he said, less talking, more fighting.
Yeah, I
He
think
said
he
it in
putting
the
Drew over this match. Drew going up 2-0 because it's hard for me to believe that CM Punk about to drag this man to all four corners, bro.
Now I will say this: CM Punk, man, in this strap match, you need to put a little more emphasis to these strap punches, these strap blades. These shits is a little light, all right? Drew, he gonna lay it on you, brother. Drew is gonna Drew when Drew whip you with that shit, boy. We gonna hear that shit. With you, brother, you better be, yeah. Put some emphasis in the whips, brother, because you was hitting them
Whip him like
security
your
niggas.
grandmama used to whip you.
Yeah, you was hitting them security niggas a little light. I don't know.
I'm
Like
kind
with
But
of
a rock hit Cody, that's how I want to see it every time. Like you know how rock hit Cody, it was like, oh my god, like you felt
put
it,
his
like
back
oh
into it.
like Jesus, like that's
Like
how it's
give him
supposed to
your
be.
money.
That's how it's supposed to be. Like
part of me wants to see Drew McIntyre win the second match and then break the bracelet so that like
I'm surprised he didn't break it today.
that's disrespectful. Because if that's the only one, like think about it, if that's the only one, like you know what I mean. Of course you can get it replaced, but if that's the only one and he breaks that, now he violated. He violated H. He violated H. He violated.
cut
CM Punk gonna
yo
have to shoot that nigga in his
It, Punk goes.
ass. CM Punk gonna have to shoot Drew on live. Bring a gun to Raw. For real.
yo bro. I'm
But
scared.
again, so you got to push the envelope. Sometimes you got to get that extra step of disrespectful.
Right.
And he said, "This is a 50-cent bracelet. Bing, done." And just pour the beads in Punk's blood and just say, "Look at it. You broke your family apart."
So
Something,
nigga
right?
Drew. I'm tired of this stupid little bracelet. Like niggas just break it. Like that's me. That's me. I'm tired of this stupid little bracelet. Like, oh man. Nah, I like that. The
Fuck
nigga
this piece of shit.
Drew stormed out mad as fuck though at the end because he just like he got caught lacking again. That nigga was mad. That nigga Drew mad as hell. Like,
And then
how
the
y'all think
strap
this match
match
gonna
is
be?
mad
How do
random.
y'all like? All right, let me ask you. What's y'all thoughts on a strap match? Actually, like, what's y'all like?
I'm not
Are we
fucking with it.
fans? I know this is the perfect guys to ask. I know y'all finna be like, no, y'all fans of the strap match? Yes or no?
No.
Nah.
It would have been better as a bull rope match.
But the bull rope match wasn't that the shit that Cody Rhodes did?
Cody did it with MJF. Punk did it with MJF. That's more just last man standing, but you're both tied with a rope together with a cowbell in the middle.
Okay, so the
Instead of
strap match.
the strap match, you got knocked the opponent unconscious. You got to tap all corners of the ring.
Wait, hold on. What is it again?
With the strap match, you have to knock your opponent unconscious, and then you have to tap each corner of the ring, all four of them.
Like all the buckles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Match.
That's fire. Like y'all wild. We ain't see that in a minute. What y'all mean?
I
They
don't like
giving
it.
us nostalgia.
they're never good. That's the problem.
All right, so we put CM Punk and Drew. Let's see what kind of strap match they can create. Can they bring the
The
strap
last one I
matches back?
remember, the last one I remember was Punk and Umaga. That one was ass, and then JBL Eddie Guerrero. That one was ass.
Well, let me ask you a question. We know that we HD want that's called for Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood, right? Something like that, right? Bash in Berlin. Is this not a great place to let's do a strap match? At least Bash in Berlin get some sort of match with implications, something, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, less of that, you could have did like I said the ballroom match where it's just you got to knock your opponent unconscious and it's GG.
You could have even just did a last man standing match, bro. No
Yeah,
implications. All weapons involved. Like,
it's
but
a fade.
the thing is, I feel like this is what's going to happen. Like, I can't picture where CM Punk where he gonna hit 3 turnbuckles and fucking Drew McIntyre gonna pull the fucking strap and hit him with a claymore. Like, there's gonna be a fire match. I just don't like it. I don't like.
they're gonna be tied to each other the whole time.
Yeah, like they not
Tug
gonna
of
get their
war.
regular shit off, right? Like it's gonna and then they might go for some risky spots that I don't know.
But when
There
you
was
think
better
about it,
options.
right?
That's
Think
what I'm
about it
saying.
like this: all the time they've been wanting to get at each other, all this shit that's been lead up, all this tension. They're in a strap match now where they can't leave each other's sights. It's like nothing but action gotta happen. You know what I mean? Like,
You can't leave from me.
I,
You can't get out the ring. Like
you
I'm
you
pulling you
feel
back.
me? You feel
Mhm.
me? Not only we having a match, but like it's some shit tied to you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Triple H and them is doing the best they could, trying to really, you know,
Kev
do the
said,
best with this
You could have
feud
done ballroom.
as we get closer to the more you know what I'm saying? Like the other
You
shit
could
is still half
you
of a
could have got
gimmick.
some long ass handcuffs.
Yeah.
Again, the stipulation is okay, but again, there were better alternatives that they could have went. It's just again with the strap match in general, it's the method in which you win kind of defeats the perfect match in general because you could just choke him out, and like Drew could just wrap the belt around Punk, drag him, hit all four corners, win in less than 2 minutes.
Okay.
Theoretically,
Let me ask you a question. Do we see Seth Rollins?
no.
no. The only reason I don't think so is because whatever he's dealing with that they needed him to be off TV, I think this time you actually let him fucking rest. Remember when I was saying, yo, did you bring him back too quick after 3 months? I don't think there's no real need to rush him right now unless you want that significant moment when Bronson Reed think he's done running through everybody and Seth Rollins is back like, hold on. I ain't forget what you did to me though.
Maybe he wasn't fully clear to begin with. Maybe it's just, hey, when you get for this one moment, are you able to do it? Hey, well, your doctor like is part of rehab. Before I said, yeah, that's fine.
But do
Mhm.
we really know what's wrong with Seth Rollins?
I don't. I'm not. I'm not. No, I ain't close in his camp, so I do not know what's going on with that.
Last we checked, he had knee surgery and some back problems.
Like the only thing I know for sure is from watching the documentary that at WrestleMania time he was not. He was pretty banged up. That's all I could tell.
He was fucking from the Rumble too.
Yeah. So, but
But again,
like,
he just pushed that envelope.
and I think like what he came back and did is not going to be like. It's not going to be What's the word I'm looking for? Like, you're not just going to disregard it. He put on a fucking great match with Damian Priest and pushed him to the limits. So I don't think it was for naught. But you know, you want to keep a talent like Seth Rollins, and you don't really want to always lose him to injury and shit like that. You want to get more mileage out of him.
Or maybe he told Triple H, hey, maybe I came back too quick. And Triple H heard, that's fine, just go chill.
Like, yeah, if that's a situation too, that's you know what I'm saying. It's
What,
not
what are the chances he's on vacation and try to convince Becky Lynch to resign?
whatever's clever, right? I mean, I think I think you
Maybe
keep
Becky wants baby number two. We don't know.
I think you keep Seth and Punk away from each other long enough until they got to cross paths again, if that makes sense. What's that? I don't know how long they intend to keep Seth Rollins out. I mean, we're already in August. 4 months to be the Royal Rumble. Just 4 months to be the
Well,
Royal Rumble. If I'm not
if we're saving him just for Punk and maybe Bronson Reed, let him chill out until after Survivor Series, or maybe even the Rumble. He has wrong with that. That way he's 110% ready to go. Maybe again, like I said, maybe we see the return of the Architect.
I wouldn't even like you see that's the problem though. Triple H is in his nice guy role, but do you want to see something like an authority? Like you remember how they had the authority running around, like where the company obviously had a, an agenda and a narrative of people they were trying to push, and that was being Seth. One of Seth was Seth Rollins, and the other was Randy Orton. I felt like that shit was fire back there. I ain't gonna lie. Like that's really what got Seth his fucking
Well,
best cash in.
here's the issue with that. Seth was coming into his own then. He's well established now. What benefit would him being an authoritative figure get him? Nothing, really, if you think about it. Unless you put him with someone like Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, but even then, that's a stretch. What, you're gonna hijack Buddy Murphy from AEW and get him out of his new contract early?
Seth Rollins is a forever face.
Again, as much as Snake wants to make fun of you after this theory, when Roman runs that fade, Seth is 100% going to be a heel, much like when Cody runs it back with Roman, Cody's going to be 100% a heel.
So Cody's turning heel this year.
I don't see
I
it.
can see that.
Yeah,
I can
nah.
see it. I can see at least the stages of the transformation be more definitive.
Do you expect Kevin Owens to get very disrespectful with Cody at this pay per view? Like be dirty, play dirty.
KO's an interesting one right now because of what broke over the weekend.
Oh, fuck. Kevin
Because
Owens.
word is he may not resign
And when is his contract up?
as early as the end of the year.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm tired of like us talk about people that may not resign and they end up resigning. Like the only nigga that we lost is Ricochet, and all he got was some pyro in a loss.
Well,
Like I'm not.
well, I'm not saying KO's gonna leave. I'm saying what if KO just retires?
Your man Ricochet popped out bald head, threw his hand at this guy, got some fireworks, and niggas act like, come on, man.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's gonna leave, even though his friends are over there. But I'm saying like, what if he contemplates retirement? Could that be a realistic thing with him? Maybe he's done it all in WWE just about.
Unless Kevin Owens is a real WWE company guy, I could see him leaving. Like you said, like you just
What,
mentioned,
what if he transitions to like a manager or agent like Bobby Roode did?
he already held the championship gold, and that was like what 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And you can win the championship after 7 years, but I'm saying the way they've been booking him, it's like, damn, you really did lose more chances at that shit than you won. So it's like,
I'm just saying, similar to Shinsuke, maybe Triple H is trying to lock in like a job for life with him outside of the ring.
It's all right, man. He could go, man. Ricky Starks is coming. It's cool. It's cool.
God damn!
once I heard he can go, that shit boosted my. I ain't gonna lie, he
It's
can go.
cool. It's cool. Whoever want to go ahead. Go to that light ass organization and get your pyro, and don't come back.
Don't come back.
Shout out to the
Damn.
former WWE superstars. Oh, Mercedes Moné, like terrible match with Britt Baker. It was whack. You know, we didn't.
Well, I got some feelings about that match.
Yeah.
What's meant for you is meant for you. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Owens right now, there's a lot of shit going on. It's a lot of new superstars and shit. And
But again, he's not a spring chicken either.
that's what I'm
That
saying.
body is hell. So
That's what
again, maybe he's gonna be a family man. Maybe he does some like part time shit like Carl Anderson, who got about 100 kids his own damn self.
got Robert
I'm
Reed.
just saying, not everyone's gonna be like Rikishi the James was saying. There's other places outside of WWE for you. Maybe you just should. Maybe he's gonna run off in the sunset. Maybe he gets a Legends deal. Who knows?
I ain't gonna lie though. He like, let me see who else they talked about leaving. Gable. Gable was a WWE guy though, right? Who else? Who else?
Gable resigned.
I feel like the dudes that re-signed, not all of them, but some of them, they like came up in WWE. You know what I'm saying?
We would have had Buddy Murphy back if Tony Khan didn't beg him to stay.
The only one that surprised me was Jinder Mahal. That's the one that surprised me because he got put in the with the Rock and all of that. Like the Rock just was in the ring with you, bro, and you want to leave? What are you talking about?
I feel like much like with Dolph Ziggler, he'd been in that sense for so long. He was curious to be an independent wrestler.
Nah, he doing good for himself now outside of WWE. So you know he ain't make that decision to just go. Like it looked like he's
Hey,
AEW bound at some point because he's champions with
no,
the other dude. But
no, because he's cool with Conan.
it was odd that like other buddy won the championship with him from AEW.
Oh, Saddam Singh.
Yeah,
But yeah. So because AAA is working on partnership with WWE, I don't think Tony Khan will look at Jinder Mahal. Also, Jinder Mahal looks at them as a joke. I mean, he just wants to have the match with Hook. That's about it.
yeah. But
I'd be surprised if Jinder Mahal goes to AEW for a one-off. But
I always say
WWE could be getting Matt Cardona back soon.
they could go to the G League if they want. Like if you got the option between staying in the top tier, like going you in the MLB and you just want to walk down to the AAA. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Facts, bro. Facts.
Okay, but in Jinder's case, if we're talking basketball terms, he went from the NBA. He's a little older. He's like, I'm gonna go kick in the Euro League for a minute. They got some dogs. I can still ball at a good level. I'm gonna go to Euro League and ball out. While I'm still playing quality ball.
Niggas violated like Swerve Strickland. Niggas gave him the belt and let him lose it to Ospreay already. Like niggas just glazed.
Well, no, he lost it to Danielson.
Niggas is glazed. Oh yeah.
No, again, I got some feels about that too because again, like Danielson's likely going to retire Russell's Dream in October in his hometown. The belt's either going to be vacated after that, or it'll probably go to Osprey.
Wait, who did
So
Osprey
again,
beat in Osprey?
he
When was
beat
that?
MJF. He beat MJF.
For the belt, right?
Yeah, for the tier 3, tier 4 belt.
That nigga's glazed over there. That nigga ain't lose yet. God damn.
MJF was one of the few golden gooses, and they turned him into a regular average Joe. Nothing against Daniel Garcia, great talent, but y'all cool just being regular utility guys?
Did y'all see that report about Hook? What something he said?
Oh no, about the FTW title?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the reporter was trying to wind up Tony Khan, obviously, because he knew where was going to get back to Taz about that. Tony got very defensive about the FTW championship because initially it was more of a rebellious title. It's not recognized by AEW, but Tony Khan treats it like the goddamn world title. But yeah, Tony Khan was quite a character during the presser, and Tony Khan unprovoked took some shots at CM Punk at the press conference, saying that the shows are much
Tony
easier to
Khan's
run
like
now.
Quentin Grimes, man. That nigga need to sit down, man. Like
I was gonna say Rick Moranis, but okay.
Quentin Grimes in the face. Nigga like Quentin Grimes rookie card. Like, get out of here.
Like, I fucking love you, brother.
Like, fuck out of here, man. Like,
Bro, that was shit, man. Random, bro. That shit just boosted my Grimes.
man, what?
Oh shit. Nah, yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I thought he had on like, yo, his like, you know what I'm saying? No freaky. His eyebrows is mad thick, right? So when he had the glasses, I thought he had one of these like you know those old school glasses with the eyebrows on them and shit, bro. I thought he had one of those.
Oh no, the Carl Marks disguise ones.
Yup, the disguise, bro. I swear, I thought he had some disguise glasses on. I'm like, nah, bro. Like,
One of these days, if he fucks around, he gonna have a fucking unibrow thicker than Anthony Davis.
bro, on me, bro. I'm sitting there like, and then you know what make it crazy? He doing the wide eye joint. Like he really talking like with the eyes going up, the head, the glass, like the frames is all with it, his eyebrows and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, he need to relax, bro. But he got hot though at that question. He went into his bag and he's like, is it all right if I say like how you just said the whole shit and then you ask him after like my bad, is it okay?
It's your fucking show.
Like,
now you want to have a set of nuts on you? Like, let's be real. Like, you have 5 years now. Now that the one dude that G checked you is gone, you still want to invoke his name low key, and now you want your nuts hang on the table? The Young Bucks let you have a testicle again?
I just have one more AEW question. I didn't want to defer too far off. I know we on Raw.
No, let's cook them. Fuck it, let's cook them.
Yeah, I know we got Raw. HD, you want to get back to the Raw shit?
No, we go. I'm just making a weird face. Some noise going on outside to mute up, but we could keep going. Yeah. Bro.
Now, what was y'all thoughts with seeing Sting come back?
I thought it was dope. I just hope he needs to be at the right place. Yeah.
And they got the flight jacket. Like, shout out to Sting, man.
I'm not.
So I mean,
it's cool to see legends, bro. That's how you use them, though.
It's nice, but if you think about it, he just retired 4.5 months ago. Was it too soon to bring him back?
Who's gonna protect Darby?
At this point, who cares? Darby fucking got run over by a bus and left walking.
Yo, could he ever be on WWE one day?
Who?
Darby?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially in Netflix, I could even see a whole hardcore if they really wanted to make a hardcore division again and do it right this time.
Cause y'all imagine Darby doing a fucking that coffin drop off the ladder on WWE had a crazy PLE. Do you understand that nigga?
I say yes only because he's close to CM Punk, and they consider each other friends. That's the only reason why. Same as Sting will probably tell him same thing. Yeah, you're better off over there. It's one of those things where you go where you're appreciated, not where you're tolerated. And I feel that Darby Allin is one of the several folks that are tolerated or not so much appreciated. We can run down that list of 150 males and find at least 100 males that are tolerated versus appreciated. Unfortunately, with AEW, unless you're friends with the EVPs, you ain't gonna get shit done over there except set at home collecting the paycheck until Tony Khan cuts your pay, stating that yeah, I'm bleeding my daddy's money out. I can't pay for you to be full time. You're gonna stay home, but by the way, you're still under contract and you can't work for anywhere else.
And what we always say, Razor, about the coach that's gonna pull the player out when it is best for the player. Like, you know what I'm saying? Tony Khan just let Darby Allin do what he doing. You know, luckily everything has went as planned and nothing too far went off the rails. But like in WWE, they're gonna let him get crazy, but not too crazy. It's gonna be like, all
They
right.
will climb Mount Everest next spring. This Darby Allin is scheduled to climb Mount Everest.
Man, doing that with broken foot with whatever. I know it.
He was going to climb it with a broken foot.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But again, like first thing I'll tell him is, you diving through glass just because I don't care if it's sugar glass or not. You are not going to be stupid. You're welcome to come here, but cut the dumb shit. The plan is to be here for the long haul, make the most amount of money. Darby is a very marketable man, and I can see him being huge with the younger fan base because of his character appeal and his marketability with his how he does the face paint and everything. He could be a cash cow there, much like a Ricky Starks, much like a Daniel Garcia, Hobbs, Wardlow, you fucking name it. There's still hope for Kenny Omega to go over there, believe it or not, in my opinion. But
they got a PLE coming up.
They got No Mercy.
Yeah, Ricky.
Oh yeah, Ricky's been a free agent since fucking July. Tony, how do you fuck this one up? This man was arguably your number 2, if not number 1, babyface. You pissed all over when you take the belt off of him and Mr. Redwood, FKA Big Cass, Mr. He's 7 feet tall and you can't teach that. And you've done nothing with him.
But let's not act like that ain't a fake ass test. Like, let's just get to that. Like, Cass is a great value test. I'm from that era. Test. Like, so.
I love Test in WWF, WWE. I loved him as a guy named Andrew Martin in TNA. I got love for him. R.I.P. to Test. I'm not gonna put Cass on that level. Could he be as talented? Possibly. But again, he had tremendous promise in AEW. You took that from him and you put him and you stopped him cold in the ice because Sting was retiring. Sting had to have the belt, even though Sting said, "I don't want the belts." And what has he done since then? He's been stuck with Chris Jericho's lame ass, the fucking learning tree, with some jabroni named the bounty hunter Brian Keith, now known as the Bad Apple, who had some kind of star appeal till you fucked that up. And people are wondering why they don't have a rights deal announced just yet. Again, they put on pretty good pay-per-views on average most times. It's just, for whatever reason, they can't do TV to save their lives. Also, I'll throw in maybe it's in their best interest if they outright uproot to the UK. Like I said, you go where you're appreciated, not where you're tolerated. They're loved in the UK. It wouldn't hurt to stay out there permanently. It may cost some money, Tony Khan, but guess what? You got a stock team out there. You already got the bench already pokes you over there. So it should be no problem for you to transition them from where they at, Jacksonville, Florida, to somewhere in the UK. At least you might make a buck instead of fucking costing everybody money.
This is why WWE is better. You ain't got to worry about all this.
Also, this may have been the last time they were at Wembley. Yes, Russell Tickets said that they had 50K seats sold, but a couple of sources that I researched over the last 24 hours said that they may have had 37 to 40,000 people at best, if you incorporate the amount of seats that were covered with the tarps. Also, Tony would have been bragging about the attendance, whether it was 50K, 6K, or whatever. He would have been bragging about it. This is the first time ever where we didn't hear shit about the attendance.
Can't brag if the numbers went down. That's a decline.
Even if it was 40. It's Wembley Stadium. You got 40,000 people there. That's still a great number. If folks share the share, but guess what? Not many folks can say they went to Wembley twice, and both times they got at least 40K. Wembley don't book as anybody. So at least take that for what it is, and it's still an accomplishment. Not everything has to be perfect. You had a sold out crowd in Wales and Cardiff, almost 5,000 people. Why aren't you bragging about that?
You just always put out the good. They always put out the good. Tony Khan, that's all you do, just put out the good.
No. He puts out the great, never just the good.
Puts out what works for his narrative. That's all it's about. I was telling you that earlier. That's why people get on their case, because if you just sit back and chill and never bring those type of things up, then not so many the people gonna bring it up, and then that's up to the people. But when you start announcing, like you said, oh, these are the numbers, some scrutiny that comes with it. People start looking into things next year.
Yeah. And again, I'll be honest, this year's card wasn't if we're comparing this year's card to last year's card, last year's, you could argue that was better. But this one, Mercedes and Bray, was underwhelming. Now, again, if folks don't like each other, they don't like each other. I've seen folks compare this match to, hey, so you're going to love this one. Let me paint the picture. SummerSlam 05, Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels. That match where Shawn didn't give a flying fuck what Hogan was doing.
Yep, he just fucking taking the insane cells from turnbuckles.
Yeah, to make Hogan look stupid.
Yep.
Folks were comparing this match to that.
I'm gonna be honest, for better or for worse, last year had you remember more, even if it was negative moments. The backstage fight, real blast. Last
you
year,
had the Young Bucks FTR 2, maybe 3. You had MJF, Adam Cole open and close the show. You had Ospreay give Jericho one of his best matches in the last 10 years. There was some great stuff out of that show. But unfortunately, it was clouded
by HDW, man.
Again, I want to give them some credit that they've earned, but again, when we criticize them, they cry. When we praise them, they cry some more. I'm just trying to say, I salute the good. I wish you guys the best, but you guys will never be World Wrestling Entertainment. You guys won't even get to TNA status.
So, question: the fact that John Moxley wrestled yesterday?
No, Moxley been out since Forbidden Door. Tony Khan gave him his first vacation in 5 years.
So, it's safe to say that Will Ospreay is the number one talent right now, AEW?
Yeah.
Over MJF?
Yeah.
Wow.
By far.
And you know what's crazy to me?
I got it in this order with men and women. Ospreay, Danielson. Depending on what you do this week and moving forward, you might be able to salvage Swerve, maybe. And then you got Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, and this might be a crazy one. Anthony Bowens from the Acclaim. That's my list right there. Who are the top guys over there?
I just feel like they still ain't even make Osprey. In my eyes, if I'm just new to shit, I'm watching whatever. Osprey couldn't even beat MJF. MJF, yeah, he won dirty, right? But if you
It's 1-1.
If you such a clean, you should expect that from MJF. You know the scouting report on him, and it got down to the wire anyway. Even if MJF had to cheat, and then the second time you got the unassist assist from Daniel Garcia.
But also, if we're looking at the numbers, Ospreay is the only person that's drawing a number as opposed to losing numbers.
That's a beautiful thing because they love him. The folks love him.
Now, his little fangirl moment with Dave Meltzer, I could have done without. Because the presser, Meltzer asked a question, and this motherfucker damn near netted himself when he saw Dave Meltzer.
He geeked out.
Oh, he did more than that. Like,
I seen
that
it. I feel like you baiting the impression out of me. I'm not doing it. I'm not attempting to do what he did. Nope. That shit was bad.
So close. So close. It was almost as bad as that exchange with Mercedes and the reporter asking about her divorce. That was just bad. The way he presented the question was bad, and what made it worse was her to say, "Oh, you want to date me?" Like, bitch, no, I'm married. Fuck you mean?
Yeah, that's unfortunate for AEW. The notion that they got to put on a show in that big of a stadium to try to make an impact. I mean, when I look at WrestleMania, they don't hold the same, like WrestleMania in the same venue because it's the big, you know what I'm saying? Like they go on city, like I just felt like maybe what you're saying, if that's where their biggest market is, then just go out there, put on the shows out there. But it might lead on to the same effect it could have over here. Like if it's going to lead into smaller, intimate venues, they could do that over here. You just want to be stubborn and swim with the sharks, like you know what I'm saying. You in the.
I honestly think that they may thrive in the UK market because they're still rebuilding from when Vince killed that market. A lot of the folks have an appreciation of the AEW style as much as WWE, depending on what city you're in and which country you're in. And I'm not counting the Australia show next year, but the UK in general, they just, because WWE is there very seldomly, if AEW is there, I can see AEW taking that market outright from WWE. And that might be their only territory.
That's cool. We ain't got to go back. You know what I'm saying? WWE.
Again, the big shows will be out there, but for the most part, if Tony plays his card right, and that's a very, very, very thin stretch, that might be the one thing he may have over WWE is that market. But his head's so far up in the clouds, he don't even realize that. Ospreay touched on it. Other touched on it over the years.
Now I'm done. I'm done with this. Let's get back to Uncle Howdy and Chad Gable. It's nothing they got over WWE at all. There's nothing they got over WWE at all. At all.
I mean, SummerSlam in Ohio did better than All In. They talking numbers, right?
Come on, man. Like you just touched on, they got to do the All Elite in London because they were so happy they got that turnout. Niggas went back thirsty. Like, WWE is all over. Niggas going to Berlin. It's bash in Berlin this weekend. What are we talking about? We want to
But like
Germany
I
on a
said,
light card. This is a light card for y'all. AEW. Like, this is light. This ain't even really.
Berlin's weekend.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is a light card. Like, this ain't even not light, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this is Randy Gunther. Like, we just y'all can't even fuck with this. Y'all can't even fuck with us. Our bash in Berlin Germany card. Like, come on, man. And look what we did with Jade.
But like I said,
And I'm not too thrilled about Cody and Kevin.
WWE has professional formula, yes, but again, my only argument was that because WWE isn't there as often, it's essentially up for grabs. So it's there if they were smart, but we see the moves that they do. You look at next year, Tony is paying not again WWE when they go to sites that city country, they're giving them money. Say, hey, you come to us. Here's this money. If you need more, let us know what's good. AW, they're paying for everybody that they go, so it's almost impossible to draw a profit anywhere.
Right. It's levels.
Shout out to Logan James.
Logan MJF is lucky to be in the top 10 after what they did at Wembley. That man is an average Joe now.
What Logan did?
He said Ospreay 1, MJF 2, Danielson 3. MJF will be lucky if he's like top 5, maybe top 10 now.
Oh.
You think you stopping by Logan?
But like I said, like
hasn't been special since they overused him. In my eyes, Brian. I was never in favor of him going over Swerve. If Swerve, okay, so Swerve defeated Ospreay. Ospreay defeated Brian. So, like in my eyes, I felt like this shit should have been in favor of Swerve. But we see all the storylines surrounding Brian Danielson. It created for his moment with his family. That's what's up. You know what I
mean? But now we're stuck with another program with Swerve and Hangman.
Yeah, that part.
That Mr. Cowgirl should go piss up a rope. He ain't the dude that people think he is. He wasn't that dude in Ring of Honor. He was borderline an enhancement guy in Japan. If it wasn't for the Bullet Club, he'd probably be back to being a middle school, high school teacher again in Virginia.
Yeah, I've been said it before. I'm not a fan of the cowboy shit. The stash to go with it.
It's sad to say that the best thing he's done in AEW was View of the Dark Order.
Man.
And what is the Dark Order today? Exactly. So Omega, Takeshita, if whenever you want, get Buddy Murphy with you. Come on down to the big leagues where you will be actual stars. Okay. Omega, bring your ass to WWE. You may be the best Bob Machine again. Konosuke Takeshita, you had a hell of an outing in New Japan. Either stay there permanently or bring your ass over here. Buddy Murphy, go get your woman.
That should, I mean, I'm telling you, that should be the end game. You know what I'm saying? It should be the end game. Are y'all ready to get back to like what happened in Raw?
Snake was ready an hour ago.
So we got the first qualifying match for the number 1 contenders fatal 4-way match. And it's Jey Uso versus Kofi Kingston versus Karrion Kross to determine who's going to be the first participant in the fatal 4-way number 1 contenders match for the Intercontinental Championship.
Was this the first time Corey Graves yeeted?
He's been claimed this is the first time he gets to be part of this. The yeet, the dancing. The hands. Cole had to tell him to chill out. He
I
said
was like,
no.
was the first fingers just going in?
Now again, I think the match was just fine. I wasn't surprised. I don't want to say I'm surprised. I felt like Jey Uso was going into this and winning the match. If I had to nitpick again, I wish there was some more, unless I'm missing something, but I wish there was more between Final Testament and Kofi. But like you touched on earlier, they planted seeds, as they said on Raw Talk. So right now, his work just needs to, you know what I'm saying, needs to blossom, needs to marinate. And yeah, how y'all felt about that match? Jey Uso, you got Rikishi saying what he's saying online, you know what I'm saying? And
He gotta relax, man. I'm gonna be
Oh,
real.
he was wild. He was wild this morning.
I'm gonna be real. Rikishi, you gotta relax. Let Jey Uso be his own man, man. Let this guy be his own man. He's grown, got kids, he's married. Like, like, come on, pops, man. It was in the
We
beginning of
appreciate
the.
your concern. We truthfully appreciate your concern.
Okay, but we understand that you have a platform that's like people are gonna take that and blow that up, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and make it what it ain't to be. Like at the end of the day, in the beginning of the Bloodline story, you was tweeting, "Oh, it's the greatest shit," and doing all that. Now when things is just in cruise control, we got Jay and all them finna be inserted into this shit very soon. I don't understand why we acting like we need to rush something with Jay when we know it's
Jimmy's
coming.
gonna be back any day now. If you think about it.
Like you was mad about Rhea. Oh, the woman so Maria. Like you ain't doing that. Now you mad about what? Like Keisha just come on, man.
Like you said,
Get them.
#1 merch sales. Ain't no one bringing in more bread than him right now. So again, what's the problem?
Come on, man. Like Jay Uso loves his job. He loves what he's doing, man. I'm sure Jay. You seen Jay energy when he was going to that ring today?
It's
Jay
always
looked like Jay looked
immaculate.
like he was upset. Play my music, like man. Come on, Rikishi, man. Relax, man. This is not your era, man. I understand. You just come on. This ain't too cool, and you and Scotty and them in the ring. Like this is a new thing, brother. And your son is
But
getting more money than you probably ever was seeing from your era. So you don't understand anything, honestly.
but to play devil's advocate, say Jay won the Money in the Bank. Who's he going to be realistically? Cody? It wasn't going to be Gunther.
yeah, I'm not sure. Part of me be feeling like he just want to say shit to say it to like shake the room.
Exactly. Come on. That's exactly what's going on, bro.
But don't tell him to go to the fucking minor leagues.
Yeah, why did you even name that? I didn't like that. Why did you even name dropping KFC? Like, I mean, not KFC,
Little Caesars.
not even Little Caesars. Like, yeah, Little Caesars is cheap as hell. That's like Reggie's. That's like Reggie now. But yeah, like, why'd you even mention it? My son could go to the ADW and like, what are you doing, Rikishi? Like,
Is Tony Khan going to pay that? Yes, but who's to say Jay ain't making that just off of the t-shirt commissions alone?
if I see it's just me, Oos against Orange Cassidy, I'm done, man. I'm never watching wrestling again, man. I'm done, man. Done, man. Then I never see Jay come out. Me, Oos, like on AEW, bro. Dynamite. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I wasn't in favor of that. I don't feel like it affects his what's going on with Jay and WWE, but it can. Like, it can.
But it's like Jay walking in the room with Triple H and the niggas like, yo, your pop's good? Like, what's up with your pop? Like,
Right. Yeah, make awkward
like,
situation.
what's
Yeah.
good with your pop?
Oh,
Yeah.
no, Triple H going to the Rock and say, "Hey, what's up with your cousin?"
Like, and then it's like, what if like it's amazing things to come, like, and Jay knows that. And it's like, Pops, you tripping, like, relax. Like, you know
Trust
what I'm
the
saying?
process.
Does Rikishi know every fucking thing that's going on? I don't know. Maybe he does, but like, come on, man.
I just think Triple H is in this doing things differently. Like again, the Rock spoke on the documentary about fast track. Like what was his words? Trucking through Razor. He said something
Yeah,
about trucking through. So maybe they just you even heard Bobby Lashley say that Vince knew him a certain way, and XYZ, whatever. I just think Triple H is doing things differently that how some of his people that worked with Triple H that was actually there at the same time as him, they probably looking like, what are you doing?
He's trying what worked with
Right, right.
NXT.
Nah, I feel you on that.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. So you got his at that time would be his peers, The Rock, Rikishi, Bobby Lashley was even a little active while Triple H was active. I don't know if they ever
But you
really
also have
locked horns,
Cena, Taker.
right? So you got some of these guys that are probably like, yo, what are you doing? Like Bobby Lashley feels that way, Rikishi feels that way, MVP and so forth.
Well, in Lashley's case specifically, he's always felt that way because he always felt like he was entitled of the Brock Lesnar treatment.
Yeah,
Brock was
fact.
treated as this megastar. Why wasn't he given the same treatment? He's just as strong. He's just as dominant. He was an MMA champion as well.
I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of something we spoke on with them too. Bobby just when he's on his own, he lacked that charisma. When he had MVP, he had something there. And Brock showed that without Paul
Leo
Heyman.
Rush.
Yeah, with Leo Rush too. Yeah, and Brock showed without Paul Heyman, he was able to reinvent himself and be just as
When he
entertaining.
first came out, it was without Paul Heyman, and the last time we saw him was without Paul Heyman, and those were two of his greatest moments. Paul Heyman was just the icing on the cake. It's a match made in heaven.
So yeah, I mean, I think Jado. Now we could jump ahead through shit, whatever, but it got to a moment. He ends up picking up the victory over Karrion Kross. Later on in the show, I forget the lady's name that was interviewing Braun, but she basically asked him, "What's your thoughts on the competitors tonight?" And he said,
Was it Jackie Redmond?
"I think it was Jackie. Yeah, it was Jackie." And he says, "You know, like it's cool that they won and all that. Pete Dunne, you know, tough performance, but Jay, oh, the words he had for Jay,
Woo!
your family never beat up my family."
Never.
And I'll be damned if it starts with you. I'm like, man, yo, Braun was on. Braun was on. I'm like,
Yeah, but
yeah,
like I said, Jay invoked his name first. So Braun said, "All right, you want have my name? All right, we're gonna see."
I love that for Braun Breaker because you always kind of see like whenever somebody's dealing with Jay Uso, sometimes they kind of know like that he still got the bloodline. Like even like with Rhea, she's like, oh, you don't want to start that war, right? Like you alluded to before, like she done bridged some gaps between her and the bloodline that involved Jay, or that might have like you know what I'm saying. So people look at Jay and like Braun's just like, yo, bro, I don't care about your family, my family here too. Like, and I'm representing my family now. I thought that was powerful for him. I thought that was real
That was
huge for him.
perfect.
Yeah. Oh man.
And
And
he has that 101 intensity that is just in your face. He's gonna tell you what's good, and it's either you step up and throw them hands up, or you tuck your tail and run.
yep. And that was my whole point of bringing up the Braun Breaker after J1 because I feel like now, regardless of who, I think Dom's an interesting case too. But I feel like I hate to say it, I think I would get more entertainment for me right now with what was said family wise out of Jay and Braun.
But let's look at who could be in this fatal forward for a second.
Mm,
You add Jey Uso and Dominic in there. You don't think we're going to see some interference from Rhea in that fatal four way? Should that happen?
mm. That's a good point. That's a good point.
And on top of that,
Who else is in that match?
it's
Dragon?
Dominic, Dragon Lee, and Ilya.
That's why I didn't think that far ahead because I honestly felt like Dragunov is gonna win. Like, do you really bring him back and then just have him like I don't know. I mean, it could be a situation like what we seen with Xavier, where Xavier was so close to picking up the victory, and Pete Dunne kind of like got him out. Like, man, nah, I'm about to win this. Finished off the Miz.
A part of feels like Ilya might be next in line for Gunther.
Cause yo, that'd be a crazy fatal 4-way match too, though. Either or Dom or Ilya, but I'm just looking at the landscape. Jay, Pete Dunne, Ilya Dragunov, Bronson Reed.
Is Bronson in the other match?
Yeah, but they
Who
said
who's Bronson's opponent?
Ludwig and Sheamus. Tough fucking match. I can't wait to see that one. And I got my
I love Sheamus, but I don't see him advancing.
nah, me either. I actually feel like that should set up Sheamus and Ludwig for something. Like they didn't really get they clean 1-on-1, right? Since
Or
Ludwig got
again,
injured.
would you be mad at Gunther or at Gunther being challenged by Sheamus? I won't be mad at that. Sheamus is a former world champion.
Nah, I wouldn't be mad at that. I feel like that, like when Gunther had the Intercontinental Championship and he had that little run with Drew and Sheamus, I wouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
mad seeing because now the stakes are higher. You hold the grandest prize.
You're the top dog now.
Yeah, it was one thing trying to keep the IC belt from. You see how Drew give it up for the belt. He out there. He won at WrestleMania. He just got shysted by Money in the Bank. I mean, like, right? Like, Drew is arguably, whether he takes these wins or losses, he's very well capable of doing the same thing Gunther just did, and that's winning a world championship match.
Mm-hmm.
Sheamus as well. So I sure as hell wouldn't mind seeing them get into that whole little formation again, to be honest.
And then
It could-
pretty soon I get that rematch too.
Yep. And then it saved time too. Like if we really want to give him a lengthy reign, then you in any order particular, you can either give him the newer matchups and then get to that, or you could get to those and then get to the Ilias. Braun maybe drops or John Cena, like they've been saying, whatever, we get to the more fresher matchups down the road.
A part of me feels like we won't get Gunther versus Cena until maybe SummerSlam next year. I don't know why that day. I don't know why that day specifically, but for some reason my gut's telling me SummerSlam next year.
That'll mean that Gunther will have held the championship for a year at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Potentially, or maybe Cena gets 17 on the way and Gunther doesn't want it back, and that's how we get Gunther's second reign. Potentially,
right, you could drop and get it back from here and then. Like, there's a lot that can happen from now to then. A lot. Yeah, so that fatal 4-way is going to shape up to be a goodie because honestly, I think with the exception of the Dominic one, and I'm speaking just strictly in terms of physicality. I think Bronson Reed versus Braun, but I don't think Bronson Reed is going to advance because I think Braun Strowman isn't done with, like, he's not going to just let him walk into that contender match next week and win that.
Can you imagine those crowds if Dominic somehow not only advances but ends up beating Braun with help of the Judgment Day? We're talking the dude's already the number one most hated guy, public enemy number one already. You pissed off Braun Breaker on top of that? You are making Dominic a bona fide star.
Hell yeah. Because I feel like Braun is that dude that he can make mistakes. Like, hell yeah, he's dominant. But we've seen him miscalculate with
He gets
Sami.
lapped up, he'll slip up, whatever.
Yep, shit can happen. And that 2 out of 3 falls match.
Also, I kind of want to see him run through JD. That'd be very entertaining. Because he might physically run through JD Madonna.
Hell yeah. I think Ilya. I mean, I would hate for it to be like now. Like
Now,
I'm just trying to.
I wouldn't mind Ilya winning, but again, it's just I feel like Ilya is meant to already be in contention for Gunther already
Mm,
because they're 1-1 right now.
yeah, we just got to get past the Randy situation and then see what's next. Because the last I seen from Ilya, he was getting put out flash knockout by Braun. So it's like I could see why
And
you jump him up there with Gunther, but he kind of got to earn something back.
Ilya and Gunther have been running the house shows in Eastern Europe together.
Okay. Oh
I
yeah,
guess
that's right. They did mention tonight that they were out there, right?
and
Gunther.
over the weekend they uploaded some of the match that they had for the world title in I think it was Norway or something like that.
Okay, that's
And
dope.
again, those two have that special chemistry. They run a style that not many are. I don't want to say they're afraid to run it, but they're well aware and they're self conscious that it's a very physical style, and they'll just stand there and just take it on the chin.
And speaking of Gunther, I mean that's a good segue to get into the next what segment they had. Randy cuts his promo in the ring. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really catch much of what he said except like, yeah, it's a new chance for him to, basically start like
It
a
was an
new,
interesting promo.
yeah, it was like a new beginning, right? Something like it's kind of what you told me about watch the thing with him and Cody. I feel like he's piggybacking with that.
It's almost like he's acknowledging this current world heavyweight title as it maintaining the same prestige as the world heavyweight title that
He put down.
on this day 10 years ago him and John Cena unified.
Mm-hmm.
He was the last recognized world heavyweight champion for WWE, and he figures what better way to become the 15-time world champion than to be the next champion for this belt's current form.
And he also touched on right like how when this inception of this championship was made, he wasn't around for this. So
Mm-hmm.
now this is his chance to get in the mix. So I appreciate that tidbit of like, tying things in, making everything make sense.
I did find interesting how he was trying, as you put it, he was trying to pave a new layer for, or a new legacy for the belt. Like, what does he mean by that? I don't think he means a factor per se, but as far as enhancing the lineage of the belt, is it? Does he want to go back to the old world title? Like,
That would
what's
be
his actual vision of this?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like this design. Like they killed me when they put the whole WWE thing in the middle of the design. Like if y'all would have made, we know what y'all trying to make this belt. You know what I'm saying? What's the inspiration from the belt? We know that. So why not just give like how you see how the tag team belts from SmackDown is damn near almost the same from like why y'all couldn't just do
Yeah,
that? Why you couldn't like that was that so hard to do? No, they had to slap that big ass WWE with the little black drop plate in the background, right in the middle.
just just bring back the big gold belt like Cody wanted to bring back the Wayne Gable.
That belt to me, I was just looking at it online too. The big gold one with
Well, we're gonna buy it
nah, I mean I was just looking at titles just but I was just like, damn, bro, like that belt is really dope. Like, and I kind of miss the days where they
because
retro a title.
when you see that belt, you think Diamond Dallas Page, Booker T, Hogan, Flair, Triple H,
Triple H in the
Batista,
WWE,
Shawn
yeah.
Michaels, Chris Benoit, Edge, Cena,
Yeah, for sure.
Orton.
And it's always like I I feel like I understand WWE doing their thing with their marketing, they making new belts to make money, but I also enjoy when they retro belt, like when Miz bring back the white
Mm-hmm.
intercontinental. You know what I'm saying? They do it sometimes with they bring back the well, I can't say it was a retro, but they bring back a version of the old looking US championship. after Cena's spinner belt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they'll go back sometimes. I just don't understand why they don't do it with the World Heavyweight Championship. It's just like, no, it's gonna be Universal Championship and this WWE Championship. Like, it's like the fuck.
But you've had better designs in the past, and nothing wrong with that.
That's the part that's mind blowing. Like,
The lineage is still the same. Why not bring back the old design?
with the new flair on it, it's like they do with the Jordans, right? You know, they got the Jordan ones. Okay, we're not just gonna bring out the black and red ones. All right, let's put that new material on it. We're not bringing the same material from the 80s. It's the new material. 2024 premium leather. Everything nice. Everything good. You know what I'm saying?
You want gator or ostrich?
What? Yeah, like we got options. What we doing? But to make that belt and then to make the female version of it, there was no female version of that belt.
What, the butterfly divas belt? Maybe.
I ain't gonna lie. I love the old women's championship from the Jacqueline era.
Well, what, the red lettering?
Yeah. I thought that was pretty dope and clean. Like, it served its purpose. The one that, yeah, I feel like the women should have their own unique design. To take the men's, just rip it off. It's just a fucking
Yeah.
rip off. It is what it is. It's a rip off the men's design. You just change the color of the straps to white, right?
There's no reason for them to have a generic design for everything.
Yeah, because now I think Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, what they did with that championship right there, they really elevated that championship. The one that Asuka had, which now Nia Jax has,
The SmackDown one?
yeah, the SmackDown one, that I was definitely not in favor of that. Reason being, they gave Roman Reigns the gold plate new one because of what he achieved for his reign. They just gave Asuka a new title just to fucking match it.
Yep.
So I was just like,
Only because Becky announced her pregnancy.
crazy, right? So yeah, for the females, I don't I don't want to call for new titles already. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But when y'all do decide to make this change at some point, at least, you know, like if Randy's saying like that's the
Put some
championship.
effort into it.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? We seen a little bit of it here tonight where they didn't ignore the fact of the other championship. I felt like when they introduced that one that Seth and AJ Styles, which the one that Gunther and Randy are fighting for now, the World Heavyweight, I felt like they didn't know how to really present it to us with lineage wise.
No, yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah, because the other one, which should have been that, just got unified with the Universal. So it's like,
You talking the one that Brock and Roman unified, or the one that Randy and Cena unified?
well, yeah, because the one that Brock and Roman unified, the one that Brock had was a version of what Randy and Cena unified. It was supposed to be like that WWE version, the WWE title, opposed to the Universal. Because the Universal was some fucking on the fly shit too. I remember when they sent the poll out for that, like they sent the email, like, what do you guys think of this name? Universal, the universe, like, I'm like, and then like a few months later, they come out with the Universal Championship, red. I'm like, well, all right. It grew as the years went on. I'm not gonna lie.
No. Bring back that Daniel Bryan Universal Championship, or the all wood one.
I fucked with that one. That hemp one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucked with that one. I'm not gonna lie. It was dope too. Like, it's like, oh nah. And I don't think every wrestler should make their own belt, but if it's creative enough, it's kind of like you said in AEW, they do too much over there.
Well, MJF did the Burberry strap. That was different. In TNA, Jeff Hardy had the Immortal Heavyweight Championship, with it was his face on it. The Fiend had his own with the face on it. What was it? When AJ Styles was doing his Aces and Ace stuff, he brought back the original X Division Championship. Yeah, again, if you're creative, that's fine, but if you're gonna just make it look generic, there's no point in changing it to begin with.
It's crazy too, because when the Rock took the belt of CM Punk, that's when he introduced this version of, like, I guess that template that they use for the Universal and the WWE. We got
That belt was different
at the time. Hell yeah, it was like, okay, this is away from the spinner belt. But again, they just slapped the WWE bow right in the middle of that shit here.
Now, when Rock returns, will the People's Championship be part of the lineage?
It should, in my eyes. I think it should. I think it should find its way into, like, that legendary pool of rarely shown, rarely defended.
And if so, do you keep the Brahma Bull as a centerpiece?
I would say so. The reason being, because you're always gonna remember where it came from. You start changing the shit, it could get cool, but it could get gimmicky too.
That's my concern with it.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I don't want everybody to change championships and shit.
Because think about it, like back then we had the $1 million belt, we had the Smoking Skull belt. The Rock had the Brahma Bull belt as well for a cup of tea.
I think it has to match the character's personality. Like, if this dude is the type that just does what he wants, it makes sense that he just said, "Yo, I'm taking this championship and I'm making what I'm bringing a whole. I'm bringing, like this,
like seeing with the original spinner belt for the U.S. title."
Yep. Yeah, putting my spin on it. Like, it got to fit the bill, in my opinion. Like, if you got a character that really don't show his personality or opinion, don't even give you an opinion, how can I believe that he just went and just told somebody, like, "Yeah, I want the title change," or the company's just gonna be like, "Hey, you know what? You deserve this because this would like." I like when it feels like, nah, they went and had it made. Like, that's how I felt about the Smoking Skull. Like, Austin was like, "Man, I don't want your corporate WWE championship. Look, man, I'm about to change this. Smoking Skull. That's dope." Like, I'm like, okay. Cena, he's so flashy that if a spit, like, by the time he won the championship, he won the undisputed, the one that they unified Chris Jericho, right? Was that
No, the first one he won was the U.S. title. That was the spinner. No, that was no. He won the U.S. title, then dropped that. Then won the undisputed belt from JBL.
Okay, yeah.
And then he turned the U.S. title into a spinner, I believe.
And like even that one that he won from JBL, it was kind of small.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's see.
No, I think you had it right the first time. He took the U.S. from the Big Show.
Yeah, because the U.S. was a spinner. No, the U.S. was a spinner first, and then the WWE title was a spinner, and then Edge kept the spinner with the Rated R logo.
Yep.
And then RVD kept the spinner, and then broke the spinner on it.
Mm-hmm. Then the Miz super glued it upside down, so it could just be an M.
Mm-hmm.
Or just stop, like, not super glued it, obviously, but like, he just stopped it from spinning and just kept it at an M. Yeah,
Vince might have super glued it for all we know.
You know what's crazy about that design? I was never really like over the top about the spinner, but I did like the size. Pause. Like, I was just like, yo, that shit is huge as fuck. Like, you compare that shit to the other one that JBL and them had, like, and maybe Big Show was just larger than life. He made some of them titles look small too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they started upping the
size. The
size.
whole setup was the size of his hand.
Yeah. It's funny how Christian makes some of the titles in AEW looks. He just be holding it like this. I was like, nah, that's crazy. Oh man. But after that Randy promo, I felt like, it didn't get me more hype to see the match. I felt the same way.
It didn't need anything.
It just felt like
Honestly, I don't think any of the matches this weekend needed any added influence.
yeah, no, like you said, this is the go home show. So I mean, that's just take it what it is. It's supposed to hype up the match. It didn't really hype me up, but it doesn't mean I want to see it any less. I just can't wait to Saturday get into the whole PLE. To be honest,
Like
and
we're already there, and then the match didn't even budge anything.
yeah, like
Well, the promo didn't budge. I mean, the promo was cool, but it didn't enhance anything. It was just
mhm.
there.
After that, we get Braun Strowman versus Bronson Reed, which we spoke about earlier. Um, yeah, I think we spoke about much about that, but like just to say one more thing, if they don't have uh parking lot match, Cap has suggested earlier ambulance match. Do you think they get to them territories with them too?
Mm, I think a lot of that depends on how long is Seth actually going to be out.
And then Braun,
Because I
fear,
said obviously all this is to build up Bronson versus Seth, but if Seth's gonna be back at Raw Survivor Series, this is just a one off. If he's gonna be out for a minute, you have Braun come back and then you do something like that. Because the last ambulance match was what? Braun and Roman?
yeah, they've been using Braun for a lot of weird shit. I'm not gonna lie. Like he had that quick little thing with the Judgment Day. They just been, having him do miscellaneous stuff here and there. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is really like they needed this moment because Braun Strowman is bigger than him. So like, okay, how can we really make this look fucking crazy?
Yeah, it was fine. Again, I felt like they could have polished it a little bit, but it was alright.
Later on, we got Pete Dunne picking up that victory in the second contender match for the Fatal 4-Way, number one contender match for the Intercontinental Championship. It's
It
a lot
wouldn't
of
matter.
contention. It's a lot of contentions for contentions out here, folks. We got contentions for contentions.
Now, would you rather call it a tournament,
Yeah,
or do
it's
the
definitely a
AEW rather
tournament.
call it? Do the AEW rather call it an eliminator?
You know what's crazy though? Like, I don't know if I'm so old school, but like these tournaments don't feel like tournaments. Like, I feel like I used to be a fan of when a tournament used to conclude in one night, bro. Like, maybe in the course of like, okay, two things, but this is feeling like almost a King of the Ring style kind of
Or
vibe.
back in the days, you'd have the whole bracket laid out at the start of the show. So this is what we got going on for the next few weeks. You got boom, 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 which is all laid out right there. You don't lay it out as the shit progresses.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, the Bronson Reed being announced in the triple threat for next week, it threw me off like, oh wow, like what are they doing? But it was just like a little bit odd that okay, you just
That's
put them in
that's
this spot,
that's why it makes his brawl spot seem like a one off.
and that's
Like
why
to
I
me, it's
had like theory like maybe does Braun Strowman come through and interfere in his match next week? I mean, there's no disqualifications in these triple threat matches as we seen tonight. Pete Dunne grabs the ref's legs. They made emphasis on that. Oh, there's no disqualifications. And then you just
so
got
so
Sheamus and Ludwig.
you're gonna be okay with Braun saying one week he can't feel his hands and fingers because of what Bronson done to the next week saying he's gonna get a lick back.
That was odd to me too. I was like, like, are they really trying to like go away with Braun already? Just to like again, they fed him to Bronson. Like, if that's the goal, I mean,
But also, like I said, don't insult our intelligence.
and that's what I'm saying. So where does it go with Bronson? So like, Does he lose? Let's say he makes it past everybody in this fatal 4-way and faces Braun Breaker.
That I don't see.
So
But
you
shit,
got
we'll see.
Jay winning the fatal 4-way. I kind of think Jay's gonna win. Like, it's hard to put him in all of these spots. And main event Jay, like, this is working towards the main event. Like, this is towards, like, you know what I'm saying?
I can see Bronson advancing, but not win the whole thing.
What I do like about that fatal 4-way match is that there's gonna be a case for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody that wins, a case could be made for them as to why they'll put on a good match with Braun Breaker. So I'm okay with
Yeah,
whoever puts up.
there's that. I'm just tired of all these multi-man matches.
I mean, we called it when we seen. Fuck, I think it was
The King of the
King.
Ring qualifier, King of the Ring Money in the Bank qualifier. Those were triple threats.
Oh yeah, and they gave us the King and Queen, so it was double. Actually, it was like, fuck, dog. We had the dudes and the girls for 2 weeks.
That for Money in the Bank.
Yeah, Money in the brother. Yup, it started at King Queen with Money in the Bank. Yeah, I mean,
So
I don't know.
I get it. I get you trying to enhance folks, but like, let's be honest. Could you have legitimately seen a case for now? This is probably a bad example, but could you see a case for Kofi or Woods to get in the IC title picture? Miz, you could see it because they touched on him. Was it either tying or passing Jericho? You could see Jay because he's trying to get on the show, whatever. He's the flavor of the month, for lack of a better term. You can see Dom because Dom called his shot. I said Jay even invoked Braun's name. Ilya still has to run it back with Braun. There's other folks you made a case for, but there's some that it's like, realistically, no, you were never in the mix.
Something I don't like about these triple threat matches either is that they'll put two competitors that are like in a program with each other, and then the third one is just like a fucking random.
Or in the case of Pete Dunne winning, he was the ram and he ended up winning.
Right. Almost, right? I think that shit happened with Carmelo Hayes too and his shit, right? Randy Orton and Tama Tonga was it was that qualified. They were scrapping. Carmelo was the random man one. Like, come on. Like, they keep like, and I get it. It's not so many things you could do with the triple threat. Like, we know the setup. It's like it's either three things that can happen.
You pigeon yourself when you say it's no disqualification.
Yeah, because now we expected some kind of shenanigans. So you have the first match like with Jey Uso where there wasn't really too much at play, right? And I thought that's the match to have shit at play.
Right. But the minute you say no DQ, we already know some bullshit is on the way.
And then your version of saying no like, I'm not gonna lie, that was I understand them trying to justify it, but
lazy booking.
It was because look, we've seen tag matches where to save a pinfall, they'll pull the referee out. The ref ain't gonna call the match because their leg got pulled out and they stopped that happens when a competitor that's not in the match comes through and does that. Pete Dunne was in the match. He ensured that there was no 3 count.
Yeah.
They try to make it seem like it was a disqualification worthy moment. Now, it was clever of him to just sneak in there and, you know what I'm saying, get a victory. Because the other two did Xavier did the work laying out the Miz and Pete Dunne swoops in, but like they try to like lazily say like, oh yeah. So, but again, that's putting awareness on what might happen next week with the disqualification talks. Because if I'm WWE, to be honest, whoever, like, I'd kind of like not remind us that there's no disqualifications if Nothing is happening.
Don't even say that, but hug around the fact that if you interfere with, as far as tugging off whatever, the ref could eliminate you from the match. Do something like that and make it a little different.
Right, because I remember when back in the day they would do a triple threat match. I used to love wondering like, what's the rules? Can somebody be disqualified? Now it's kind of like you fucking just.
Before it was treated like a one-on-one or whatever. For the most part, only though recently they said, "Oh, it's all no DQ."
Right, so it's like they like you said, they nailing it to us. They giving us that just be prepared to something. And that's the triple threat. We done seen it a few times this year where it's a cop out for a cheap win. Pete Dunne was on the beneficiary area there. I think, to me, be honest, you have
just a few times.
Bro, honestly, he's gonna make a better match, in my opinion. Like, if you telling me Xavier Miz are done for that fatal 4-way match, I would rather have Pete Dunne in there. But for storyline purposes, I think Kofi or Xavier could have benefited from just being in that match. Now I could be wrong.
Now, should Pete Dunne advance? That's gonna be one hell of a match.
And fresh. The main roster hasn't seen that.
Because Pete Dunne is a lot smaller than Braun, but he's just as physical as Ilya and Gunther.
Hell yeah.
He could take an ass whoop as good as he can give one.
And he's a joint master. He's a manipulation of the joints. So it's very. He don't even got it's different level.
But again, also him. If you gotta put the Dukes up, he'll bite on that knob and say, "All right, let's throw down. What's good?"
Them forearms and elbows, knees, man, his knees. But yeah, bro. I think
that was an interesting finish. Like it was refreshing to be someone as opposed to something that came off as predictable.
Yeah, because I could say in my eyes when Xavier had Miz in that position, I seen okay, yeah, Xavier got this. He's gonna be the one to throw it in Kofi's face.
After that skull crush, I thought Miz was gonna walk away and steal one.
I thought so too. It was looking like Miz had some momentum in certain parts of that match. But once Xavier did the tight walk on the ropes, I kind of I'm looking like sometimes Xavier gets away with this right here. This was like shades of the King of the Ring tournament for me a little bit. Like,
and
I seen a little I don't want to say it's but they had a moment where they mistimed something, him, the Miz, and Dunn, but I just felt that was Xavier's passion. Like he was trying to show out tonight, and I think he did a good job. To be honest, I do think he can be a singles competitor, bro. He just needs to lose the fucking the New Day shit.
So he got to trim the dead weight.
Yeah, bro. I mean, Kofi had his fair shot at being a singles competitor with and without the New Day. So did Big E. I think Xavier.
Memory serve, Big E was an IC champion before the New Day. He was an NXT champion before the New Day.
And that 5 count shit, I fucked with it. 3 ain't enough, man. I need 5. Because it gave me that King Kong Bundy vibes. Like, it was like...
Folks forget when Big E first debuted as Dolph Ziggler's muscle with AJ Lee.
Punched her in the chest. Incredible. Mamma mia. She took that like a soldier. Like, she just... all right now. That was crazy, bro. Nah. But, yeah, Xavier, I think he deserves a little bit. Like, even if they did something like what they did with Giovanni, like, I just separate them, bro. Y'all don't want to completely break them up, but send them going opposite ways, something. Cause
Woods has too much to offer for him to be just a regular dude. Whether it's a manager, whether it's up for the in-ring, whatever, you name it, he can knock it out of the park. It doesn't matter what it is. He's put on the side. He's put on some size because he wants to be treated like a real deal.
Nah, he go to me. Might be a hot take, might not. I think he got the best style of them 3 in the ring.
He's definitely got he's got a fluid hybrid style because he's got some power stuff like Big E. He can fly like Kofi. He's not a bad technician in his own right. Like
He's just on the shorter side of things. Like when you put him up against certain participants,
and
he's gonna have a uphill battle, right? But that's what comes with it.
and that's
Comes
why
with the
he put
sport.
on the size that he did.
Mm-hmm. Cause like his finisher, what was the one he used to do with the where he I forgot what it was called, but it was
What the
the leg,
honorable?
the one where he fall on his back and he drops it, he got his leg up on a jaw. I forgot what that one was called, but
What
he'll go on.
the
What's that?
guillotine leg drop or something like that?
Yeah, yep. He'll come around their arm, go under their arm, and bring his foot up to their jaw and just fall back.
Oh no, that was the eat defeat. That was Gail Kim's
Yeah, eat
finisher.
the feet. Yep, yep. Eat the feet. That one right there, when he was doing that, I thought that was pretty
And
slick for him to end people.
Enzo did it, and he called it the mic check.
I thought that was a slick one for him to do. Even the one he do right now, where he tight walks the. But I think like the eat the feet is less room for error. You know what I'm saying? The
Mm-hmm.
tight walk on the ropes, anything could go wrong with that. The eat the feet is more
Or,
safe. It's
or
still
even the honorable where he'll be from the corner, he'll somersault, he'll jump and hit a flatliner right there as
yep.
he's
I remember.
coming from the roll.
Yep. That one was cool too. So he got an arsenal of moves. Like Kofi, he always had athleticism, but I was never really a fan of the Trouble in Paradise, the SOS.
You don't like the SOS?
That's the one where it looked like a roll up with the legs. Cause
Yeah.
yeah, the SOS, nah, it's like nah. That shit look like a roll up pin. Like it's not even like that shit not even impactful for real. Like the Trouble in Paradise, I feel like all right, that's a jumping leg drop kind of to the midsection. So
It's a kick to the mouth. That's all it is.
yeah, like I mean, so like what? So I'm like, what else could Biggie had the spear through the ropes? That was tough, and he had like the
Big the
Dominator.
spear, yeah. It's
The
called
Dominator is
big
always tough
ending.
to me. Yeah, yeah. So between Big E, I think, and Xavier, I like they in ring style. Kofi is just like he's athletic. He had the Royal Rumble spots. You can always bank on him to put on a good match. You know what I'm saying? But Xavier need that look that both of them had. I think it's his
Mm-hmm.
time. I think he'll be good too. But it's gonna be, what's crazy about his look right now? That we asking for Xavier to get a look in a tough landscape. Like when Kofi got his look, we was somehow we somehow was riddled with injuries that we was able to get that moment. You know what I'm saying? Um, Big E, there was shit that was transpiring that allowed him to get that moment. Roman Reigns had the belt over here on SmackDown for a whole 4 years, so he just went to Raw and took that off somebody else. like,
Pretty
it,
much.
yeah, Xavier's landscape right now with the way it is, with his valiant, like, there's valid champions on both brands from top to bottom. It's crazy. I don't know. It's gonna be like you talk about Gable and Howdy, they in a fucking main storyline that involves no championships. Arguably, Kofi and them are too, but I feel like it was times they put they little shit on hold too. Like we was like, yo, ain't Karen Cross supposed to be fighting Xavier tonight, or this and that was supposed to happen, and they just went away from it for a second. So, but we had that moment. Pete Dunne won. Um, right there, we got Jackie Redmond talking to Braun about the tournament. Again, I'm more hype about Braun and Jay. Whenever characters add that element of family in WWE, I'm invested. I don't know what it is about family. They know how to tug at us for family. It's just for better or for worse. It's sometimes nothing closer than family. And even the storylines like with your friends being family, like Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens when they showed that back in the day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those are moments that if people have friends and little foolish friendships, I'm pretty sure they enjoyed the shit out of that. So WWE
But
know how
with
to
that
do it, no
promo,
doubt.
a part of it feels like that might have been his pops and his uncle telling him, "Hey, we ain't never taking no shit. We don't expect you to take any shit from anybody, especially from them. You better hold your ground."
Word though, I mean, and it's crazy. Like, I love to be reminded that, like Cody's entrance music says, wrestling has more than one royal family, right? And you got like, yo,
The Steiners are equally as worthy of that accolade.
word, like the Onawais, they run deep, right? But then you still got other families that they ain't to be
You
fucked
got
with either.
the Rhodes, the Steiners, the Von Erichs, the Hart family, to name a few.
So yeah. Then rest in peace to Sid Vicious, Psycho Sid. Unfortunately, we got the news of him passing. We
That was
got
a
the
great video package. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was. It gave me the. I ain't gonna lie. It gave me the. I was looking at my arm and the hairs was going up. I'm like, yeah, nah, that was definitely. And again, I had. I, I don't know, bro. It's something about. I guess it was the artwork. Seeing WrestleMania 13, that black with the flames and the purple. It just took me back to that time, and I remember that as a kid. Also, you had Steve Austin and Bret Hart on that, so it was like that.
That was the double turn on.
Yeah, that was a good pay per view right there, man. And yo, it's just so crazy how Tom. You would think like he was there for longer, and like yeah, man, that it was a great package because when you're a kid like that, sometimes that shit felt like a lifetime. Like, but then to realize like, damn, this was only like a 4 year span. He really ran this shit up in here, like you know what I'm saying?
He
And
just got in, got out.
yeah, and like they said in the video package, he was standing tall in a land that they was larger than life athletes, and that was no bullshit. Like that was tough. Even down to how you see how they had this when he was doing his pose in the ring, they had the Sid shit behind him. They don't do shit like that. The little pyro with their name on it no more. That was tough. One of one early '90s presentation right there. Only like Shawn Michaels, Sid Vicious, the likes of those superstars got those presentations right there.
I mean, you can argue Rusev with the Russian flag during Rusev Day stuff. That's about it. But maybe that's a maybe.
Man, like yeah, there's people that get they, I guess it's done in a different way, right? A little cost efficient. It'd be easier to do some things. We wouldn't want to have that type of. I guess like right, like in retrospect, they must have had that Sid Vicious sign suspended above the ring the whole night, right? Maybe in these days they wouldn't want something suspended above the ring for that long. So, but yeah, the way they presented him back then was fire, and yeah, I just wish that he was in the Hall of Fame, got to see his moment, but hopefully they pass that on to his family and his kids, and they get to live that out for him right there.
Facts.
That's pretty much we touched on everything from Monday Night Raw. How you felt about the whole show in general? I was getting ready to like be iffy with it, to be honest, but things picked up.
Given what we saw throughout the show, it was much better than the last few weeks. But then it's a go home show. They're kind of like obligated to have it be on like that level, so it delivered fully. Um, SmackDown got some big shoes to fill this weekend because they've been slacking last couple weeks. We'll get the finalized card for Berlin. They'll be in Berlin this Friday, so that should be something to keep an eye out for. Other than that, we got tomorrow's to go home for No Mercy on top of that. So Dewey's got a lot going on this weekend. We'll see what happens with this IC tournament. We'll see what happens with the Uncle Howdy stuff. Also, like I said just like earlier, this weekend, the night, basically a few hours after Berlin ends or that night, going into Sunday morning, it will be the Pro Wrestling Noah N1 Finals, which will be free on Wrestle Universe. You just make a login real quick, boom, and then it should be available right then and there, free just to watch.
Nice.
And the reason why this is going to be free is because Pro Wrestling Noah was surprised by how much love Josh Briggs and Tavion Heights brought to Pro Wrestling Noah from the North American audience. Folks were showing out to watch those two young bucks from NXT just show out and make stars of themselves. Both of them were this close to advancing and just seating each other's respective blocks. We were this close to having an NXT final for the N1 tournament.
That would have been crazy.
They were that close. And these are folks that have been in the game for less than a year. We're doing so well where they almost won the second most difficult tournament in the world. Incredible.
Yeah, NXT. Yeah, their hands is gonna be right. I'm confident with everything WWE doing right now. It's obviously we got to question something like everything. Just like when you got a sports team, not like unless you just drinking the Kool-Aid and you don't like to question things. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes
it's okay to question stuff, but again, if you dive further down that rabbit hole, don't be afraid to say you're impressed by what you were learning along that road.
Yep.
Because this is one of those things where it's like, again, I'm proud they did as well as they did, and the fact that they did as well as they did was incredible. Because I said, Tavion and Josh were doing so well, and they got so hot late in the tournament. They could have stolen the respective blocks, and I said you could have had an NXT final in a tournament much like in the G1 tour where you almost never have foreigners make it all the way.
Would you want to see Regal managing that faction at some point? Or like putting input from time to time?
No, I with all due respect, I want Regal as far away from Charlie Dempsey as possible, only because Dempsey and the No Quarter Catch crew, they're making such progress on their own, doing their own stuff. Like you do not want them to fall in the bubble. Because again, the minute you bring Regal into it, all of Jesse's hard work, it just goes down the drain.
Yeah, because he starts changing things in the landscape, and
it's not even that. It's not even that. It's just the visualization, the perception, of everything. Like you start looking at them differently.
Yeah. The identity starts to switch a little bit. You might start looking at it like how is he trying to do British the black combat pool again, Blackpool combat. Might start. I can't even say their name, man.
No. It'd be like this. Say, WWE manages to get Harry Smith and reforms the Hart Foundation with Natalia. Okay, they go rocks. They go ham and go solid for a year straight. The minute they hit the 18-month mark, you suddenly bring in Bret Hart. It does nothing. Nothing against the OGs, but again, just Dempsey has found the rhythm. He's only getting better. Don't mess up his flow.
No, I agree with that. Just had to ask some questions, throw shit at the wall, see what the people here think, see what you think. Because me personally, I agree. They doing great on their own. They don't even need nothing added right now. Nothing taken away. I think they're good as is. Like Damon Kemp, I wasn't even aware he was on his way out. So like the whole little, okay, you're on your way out, we bringing Tavion in. Crazy.
But again, like I said, all three of them are him and Tavion are doing fantastic. Josh Briggs is doing fantastic post breakup with old boy, and also I guess one of the upcoming PLEs for WWE NXT, Marigold will be running a US show.
Now, where's the location for that? And will it be televised?
It, so from when I was researching, it'll likely be on Russell Universe, but we're talking about a Japanese promotion that's been working with NXT and WWE. They're coming to the States because of WWE.
Major implications. It's a lot going on. I'm trying to tell you. And then what if WWE get crazy because World and what's the other shit, Forbidden Door, whatever, or Worlds and what they doing at AEW? That should come in a few months, right?
World's End is usually the end of the year for NXT.
NXT. What if they turn Worlds End into like the worlds collide again, like how they used to?
Yeah. Whatever the show is called, whatever. That's usually been their end of the year PLE.
Okay. I know they have that, and then the New Year's resolution, but that comes in like January, right? The other joint, New Year's resolution.
Yeah, but again, like WWE's got so much going on right now from both brands, from Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. I can only imagine when the next TNA collab is going to be. And that's it. Then you have All Japan, which is also doing some stuff lately. I guess WWE has a newfound interest in Cody Hall, the son of Scott Hall, who hasn't been doing much as of late. They want to try to get something out of him while he's still young and healthy. They got Daga from Noah on their watch. Who again, Daga, this man is special. His thing is he is the patriarch of Mexican strong style. Imagine if Canelo Alvarez was in pro wrestling and he just was on some Brock Lesnar type shit, whatever. He's not a big guy, but he can throw hands with the best of them. He can do the flips with everybody. He can be just as physical with everybody. He can be just as aerial like a Ospreay. He's literally a complete package. Only thing is, in his younger days, he was a little bit of a wild child. So he's been not as crazy like ADR, but he's been known to be wild on occasions. He had the rough falling out with Tessa Blanchard, his wife at the time, I believe. But
he got a reputation with him. That's all.
Yeah, he got some baggage, but even then, it's like the baggage aside, this man is special.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke on our opinions about that. People pick and choose who they want to have second chances. I'm a firm believer.
So let me ask you this real quick. Based on what I told you about Tama Tonga, are you impressed by him?
I mean, I've seen him before. That's the thing. Like when he was in.
So coming into this, were you a fan of Tama Tonga?
Yeah, I thought he was alright.
Okay, so that
he gonna blow me away, but he was alright. Yeah.
He's just as slick on the mic as Tama Tonga. He's a little bit more physical than Tama Tonga, but athleticism wise, they're both of him and Tama are on par with Randy Orton as far as athleticism.
You said Tama Tonga? I thought you said Tonga Lower. No,
Tama. No, Tama Tonga.
Yeah, Tama valid facts.
No. Tonga is on that level, if not pretty fucking close to Randy Orton level as far as overall potential and athleticism.
Okay.
Daga's fucking him. Like I said, that man is special. I'm surprised that AEW hasn't tagged him yet. This motherfucker is nice.
I seen the Tonga twin, one of the Tonga twins, the girls.
Yeah.
She had said something about end up where you supposed to be, and that's where the best wrestle or something like that. Go look
Yeah,
at her. Tina.
yeah. Word is they're on the way to AEW, which is unfortunate
Mm, damn. And
because
people already want them to work with Mercedes.
that's why. Because
Mm.
Mercedes was trying to get her. She's trying to get Becky Lynch on board with her, and she's trying to get the Tonga twins on board with her to have like her own little like horsewoman faction.
Oh shit.
That's been the rumor, and everyone's trying to tell Tonga. So the Tonga twins bounced from WoW because of some politics and some other bullshit. So they've been training with the PC. They've been training with Natalia, but also they're clicking with some girl from AEW on top of that. So they're still checking their options. But a lot of folks feel like they're leaning more towards AEW because Tony will pay whatever the fuck they want.
Shit.
And again, I mean they're nice, but they're still very very green. And then they're a team that like you having them in NXT from anywhere from 4 to 9 months, and after that time period, they'll be good to go.
Well, I mean, I guess right now until probably there was no interest from the WWE maybe. So they
Oh,
gotta give it
I guarantee. No, I guarantee you that Shawn Michaels has some interest in them. I promise you that
like so I mean I guess that
because
bag the bag the
because
bag.
because because you know who's running WoW? Ivory,
Oh yeah. See? I mean that bag talk, I guess that bag talk.
and like I said, when it's like you can either go play for a championship team or you go make that New York Yankee money.
Right. Facts.
But it's one of those. I mean, they're both young girls, whatever. They both have all the time in the world, but it's one of those. You make the decision that's best for you.
I think that shit not I think going to AEW not as bad when you young versus like when you already been at WWE and you choose to leave WWE and go to AEW. I don't know why. It just seems like the end game is to make it to the big. So like if you spend time at AEW and they didn't utilize you the right way, that's on them.
Yeah,
Still
but
be
I mean, but
time
also,
there.
but also, is the financial stability worth you risking wasting the prime of your career just to collect a bag and your skills potentially deteriorate?
I mean, me personally, from experience, I don't just sign any contract because people just money. But other people got other intentions. So what are their intentions? Probably make a splash more than make money, but also, like you said, that comes with a price too. Like sometimes is it worth really trying to make a name this fast when you could just chill out for a few months,
And
still
perfect
do the
your
same,
craft.
yeah, perfect your craft, still work dates, right? You're still gonna be appearances, like,
Because
but
say
jumping,
say say you sign with NXT,
mm-hmm,
and you may not be making that Tony Khan 7 figure money right away, but you'll have the best trainers in the world, and they'll send you to TNA, Marigold, Japan, Mexico to go earn your stripes and cut your teeth in. Even TNA in Canada, like they have a place for you to where you can just learn and grow. So that way, when they do put you on that $5 billion network TV, you straight. You just gotta, like Kendrick said, pop out and show out. You good.
and I always feel like there's mileage with Nia Jax too. Like what she got going on right now, she gonna need help eventually. Like we got all these females.
Nia has found. I'm gonna be honest. She's tapped into a gear that I didn't think she was gonna figure out.
I felt like it was always there, but you're right though. It seemed like she would never figure it out. But I knew she was capable.
Because honestly, because I didn't think that much like the rumor with Tiffany Stratton lately. I didn't think Nia Jax was in it for the long haul because that's what folks are picking on Tiffany for now. Because a lot of folks think that she may just dip and go to Hollywood in a couple years.
I mean,
But not
I'm be honest, I like Tiffany Stratton, but if she want to play those games too, I mean, like as long as Charlotte stay around, we got real like we got some. You know what I'm saying? We
remember
got something.
Sean ain't young either.
Facts.
But it's well, like I said, if that's what you want to do, that's cool, whatever. But like I said, WWE, they got no problem making stars. That's not the hard part. It's just if you want to make a career out of it, they're here. If not, that's cool too.
Yeah, it's just whatever. I mean, it sound corny, but sometimes whatever the heart desires, because it's like you can really love something, and then like when you get into it, you start. It's not that you doing it for any other reason, but you have to because you in it. You start learning the business. You start learning that well, this ain't quite exactly what I loved about this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then you start looking at
Right.
other things. Like, some people are like
And,
that. Some people thick and thin, like Randy said, like, well, I'm staying all the way till I can't no more. This is what I know. Like,
until he gets that Nutella deal.
he need that. That'll be a fine little deal for him right there. I might start copping out. I see Randy on that. Hold on. Like, I need that.
I'm just trying to just picture those damn commercials. Like, how is he gonna do these commercials? Do they got a mask that he can RKO or something?
Nah, but no bullshit though. I mean, that's a good marketing though, right? If they want to tap into a fitness lane, people be consuming all kind of protein products, and some of them be chocolate flavored or whatever that flavor that is. The what kind of nut is that flavored after?
Well, Nutella is chocolate and hazelnut, but I wouldn't call that a fitness product with the slightest.
Yeah, or like a little replace. I mean, let's say they make their own little version that is friendly. They tap into that. It might change their game. A lot of people already love Nutella. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, they do a little something just for Randy. That'd be game changer. I was like, man, I didn't know if he was shitting me with that one or he was serious, but he looked like he was pretty serious. Like that
Oh, you
motherfucker.
see, Stacy was dead ass.
Oh yeah, like nah, he was surprised too. Like this put on that what? And I'm because you gonna work it out. So he like, I could put this on real quick. Okay.
Just in time about how he hijacked the jar, or whatever. You could tell he was juiced about it.
Oh yeah.
He's like, "Oh fuck yeah, I did this. This
I'm
shit's
not gonna
good."
I'm not gonna lie. I always looked at that and was like, nah, I probably wouldn't like that. Then I tried it one day and I was like, nah, this shit's alright. Like,
Now
uh,
you got to be careful to tell you that shit's addicting.
yeah, I was like, nah, this shit's alright right here. But I'm not really a chocolate person like that, so it's like I could only have so much.
I mean, I'm not really a chocolate either, but something about the Nutella, it's like you
It's
be
that hate.
you blink blink a couple times and then you look at the jar, it's all gone. Like, oh shit, I'm fucked.
Yeah, for me. It's probably the haze. I used to be able to eat peanut butter out the jar like that for real. Like I didn't even need to make a sandwich. I just get a spoon and I was good. I used to even make some fucking peanut butter, banana, strawberry, smoothie drinks in the morning with that shit too. So for me, it's probably the hazelnut. That should probably get me right there. But as we get ready to slide up out of here, anything else that we probably missed out on?
No, still let's wait and see what SmackDown holds as they're in Berlin, Germany.
Yeah, like you said, most of the action I feel like we'll see from Berlin is from the Raw side, but we gonna give y'all the full predictions, quick run throughs and shit. On Friday when we bring y'all the SmackDown review and go into Saturday, lovely. Bringing y'all Friday and Saturday. The thing about
And
Saturday is I gotta remember that It's 1 p.m. It's gonna
It's an
be
early show like Wembley.
yep. I didn't
Well,
even
shit,
remember.
shit, they was all stuff for me. I gotta tell myself, I got Berlin Saturday morning. Saturday night I got Noah, and then Sunday night NXT.
All right, bet. So shit. That's what it's looking like, chat. We're about to get out of here.
And on top of that, we got college football, folks.
Ooh wee. Yeah, football about to really kick in too.
Uh, shit, I ain't getting no kind of sleep anytime soon.
See, I mean, it's a good time to be a sports fan. Everything kicking in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. But until the next one, off the hip, unwelcome your thoughts. My brother Razor, my brother Snake Eyes, H Dirty Dom. We are out of here.